Catch the spirit of the game, the Hastings Sodbusters.
Throwing strikes, being efficient with our pitches, making those routine plays, and having a great approach at the plate. So just keeping things simple and just building up that team chemistry as much as possible, I think, will help you win some games.
1-2. Swing and a miss as the Sodbusters strand the bases loaded to keep this a tie game.
This one is bounced back up the middle and into center field for a base hit. 1 run scores. Here comes Printer around third.
Our fans recognize that, and they know that it's a family atmosphere at our place, and that's what we like.
To the left side and through for a base hit. The go-ahead run scores as Jensen delivers once again.
This one, the lightest of light hits. He gets an RBI single.
I think it's just a great experience, getting kids from all over the country to come in and play together.
Catch the spirit of the game, the Hastings Sodbusters.
Welcome to the Hastings Sodbusters, home away from home in this weekend. As we wrap up the 2024 Independence League season, the Hastings Sodbusters taking on the Bison Baseball Club for the final time this year. And boy, oh boy, what a game last night. The Bison team getting just their second win of the year against the Hastings Sodbusters in a 10-8 win, which saw the Sodbusters take a massive hit to their playoff hopes for the 2024 Independence League Championship. They have just a few more games left. This is the final of 2 games here at Ryder Park in Grand Island. The Sodbusters home away from home this weekend as the Hastings Juniors, the Johnson Imperial Homes Braves, they are hosting the A7 Area Legion Baseball Tournaments at Duncan Field, hence our pilgrimage to Grand Island this weekend, and we will hope for a Hastings Sodbusters win. It's a must-win situation as the Sodbusters will pretty much be on the ropes here if they cannot get this game done tonight after their 10-8 loss. It's every game is important for the rest of the way through, and we will have the first pitch for you coming up in about 15 minutes at 6:35 p.m. Before that, on our pregame show, we will have our latest episode of the Sodbuster Spotlight. Steve Stein catches up with Arizona native Tyler Welch, who has had a very nice second season with the Sodbusters this summer, coming up in a lot of clutch situations, does it with the bats, and plays a decent third base as well. I'm Ryan Valenta. We'll have our Sodbuster Spotlight next, and we will be right back.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here. I feel better already.
The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
Dog Roll Patrol provides reliable and professional pet waste management services in the Hastings area. Hire Dog Roll Patrol today and spend more time enjoying your furry friends and less time cleaning up after them. Depending on your location and number of pets, Dog Roll Patrol will work with you to come up with a schedule that best fits your situation. Dog Roll Patrol takes great pride in their work. Family owned and operated out of Hastings. Get a free quote and details on the services at dogrollpatrol.com. It is the Sodbuster Spotlight. Get an opportunity to hear from Tyler Welch. He's a Hastings College guy from Arizona. Tyler, talk a little about the summer, first of all, the opportunity to come back and play for the Sodbusters. What was the attraction to come back?
Well, just a lot of good guys on this team. It's a good atmosphere to be around. It's like a minor league ball feel out here. It's pretty fun. They get the fans involved. There's just a lot of fun things out here, and I enjoyed it last summer. I'm getting some more opportunities this summer, having fun out here, man. It's just playing ball, enjoying it.
And it seems like when you've gotten the chances here lately, in particular, really seeing it well, do you feel like you're getting a pretty good rhythm at the plate as the season winds down?
Yeah, I mean, I felt like I had a pretty decent year at the plate this spring, too. I felt like I was putting a lot of barrel on balls, just hitting at guys a lot as well. So just got to keep a good mindset and just keep hitting the ball. That's all I've been thinking.
And you take it game by game. I know it was a tough season for the Broncos in the spring. Has it been cool this year to kind of, you're in the middle of a playoff hunt down the stretch to have an opportunity to play a lot of meaningful games here in the final couple of weeks of the season?
Yeah, that's great to be a part of something that we can go play in playoffs. That's going to be fun. It's definitely a good vibe being around dudes that want to play, and we're winning. So that's fun.
We're talking with Tyler Welch. He's a Hastings College guy. Got to be a little transition time. Skip leaving the program, the Sodbusters and Hastings College. Was that a pretty big blow? Or talking about your reaction when you heard that news?
Yeah, it was a pretty big blow. But I mean, he's got a lot of network back home in Michigan. So I mean, and I mean, he came in at the same time as me. Both been there for 3 years, and it's pretty frustrating 3 years for everyone, I think. So I don't blame him at all, and I hope him nothing but the best in his new endeavors at that I think it's an NAIA in Michigan. I think that's what he's going to head coach at now. Hope he does really well over there, man. But like you said, or like we were talking about before the interview, it's my senior year, last year of ball. I kind of just got to keep my head down and grind, not really worry about that.
This summer, so Danny Weiser steps in as the head coach. How has that been? Has it been odd? You know, he goes from being basically your college teammate in the spring to the pitching coach, and all of a sudden you're your head coach. Has that been a kind of a unique dynamic?
I mean, yeah, it is a little bit, because you have to separate being buddies or teammates sometimes, being a coach. But I don't know, me and him have gotten pretty close. We were there for teammates for 3 years, and especially this year we got pretty close. So it hasn't really been weird at all, but it's definitely a transition for everyone, and he's as young as we are, so he's going to make mistakes just like we are. So we all just got to be just keep going. That's it.
Does he have the mindset to be the head coach? Is it kind of cool? Did you kind of see that in him before he got the promotion?
Well, I wouldn't necessarily say that, because I said, like, we're still all super young. Sure. And obviously he was not expecting to be put in that position at all. Even if he did know Skip was leaving, he because nobody knew he was leaving. Sure. That was kind of just a shot in the dark. But even if he did know that, I don't think he would be expecting to be in the position he is now. But I think he's doing well with what he's got. He's definitely he's doing his job, that's for sure.
We're talking with Tyler Welch. Now, last time we visited, I think you were considering maybe trying to be a coach when you got done with college. How have those college plans evolved, and what are you thinking about as you head into your senior year at Hastings College?
I'm still considering coaching highly. I mean, if that opportunity shows itself to me, and if I find a coach that I would want to coach under, or a program that I would maybe want to join, then yeah, I would love to stick around baseball. It's something obviously most of us have been doing since we were little kids. It's a game that we all love. So if I could stick around it after I'm done playing, I would love to. But I got family back in Arizona, and also ready to start real life as well. So I'm just ready for my senior year, and I just want to go out with a bang.
You mentioned real life. If coaching isn't real life, what's the next option? What else are you thinking about in terms of career-wise?
Not necessarily that coaching isn't real life, but that's kind of like you're still just sticking around the same game you have your whole life. That's not really. It's nothing really not as challenging as it would to step out of your comfort zone and go. I've considered real estate or getting into construction and stuff like that, and opening up my own business along those lines. That's what I meant about real world.
Yeah, we're talking with Tyler Welch, and I know you mentioned it. From Arizona, having to pitch in February and March in Hastings, it probably would be nice from a coaching standpoint to get back closer to home and not have to deal with February and March baseball in Nebraska.
Yeah, that's for sure. I'm definitely a desert guy. So it's only been 3 years out here in the winter, and luckily I don't think the winters have been too horrible since I've been out here. I don't think I've been through a bad one yet, but I don't want to be. As soon as I can get out of the cold, I'm gonna get out. That's for sure.
Now, living in Arizona, Diamondbacks fan, who do you follow? Who's your team?
I mean, I just love baseball. I kind of collect a bunch of hats. I have people ask me, you like the Rangers, you like the Cardinals, because I have a bunch of different hats. Sure. But I'd probably say I like the D-backs the most, just because it's hometown team. But I just love the game. I like to see good baseball.
Any players that you kind of follow, emulate at all?
I mean, growing up, definitely Derek Jeter was like my favorite player. Chipper Jones, as of like when I got in high school, I started following Chipper Jones a lot and liked him a lot. And then Ken Griffey, all the big name guys that most kids love to see.
Tyler Welch, he's one of the returning players for the Hastings Sodbusters as we have our Sodbuster Spotlight. I'm Steve Stein.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion.
Historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to HastingsSodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters Baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
We welcome you back to Ryder Park in beautiful Grand Islands, where we were set to play this final game of the two-game set between the Hastings Sodbusters and the Bison Baseball Club. The Nomads, they have, like a couple of teams, do not have a home. They're a travel-only squad, and they picked up their second win of the year last night against the Hastings Sodbusters. Let's take you now through our starting lineups tonight, presented to you by Quality First. We first bring you the starters for the Bison baseball team. Leading off and playing right field is Isaiah Brandt. Batting second, playing third base, Ethan Kang. Batting third, playing shortstop, Aiden Hall. Batting fourth and playing first base, Dayton Francis. Batting fifth and doing the designated hitting is Bryce Gamble. Batting sixth and playing center field, Josh Meyer. Batting seventh and doing the left field duties is David Henry. Batting eighth and the backstop is Alec Vincent. And batting ninth is Joel Beaver, who plays second base. Lewis Manning is on the mound for the Bison Baseball Club under the direction of Jason Adversello and Tim Ewells, two guys from Liberty Ranch High School in Galt, California. And now the starting lineups for the Hastings Sodbusters. Leading off and playing second base, Luke Ray. Batting second, playing left field, Ryan Jarvis. Batting third, playing shortstop, Josh Prinner. Batting fourth and playing right field is Cale Jensen. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, Dino Morales. Batting sixth, the third baseman, Bryce Ronkin. Batting seventh, the center fielder, Alexio Delgado. And batting eighth, playing first base, is Jack Borgman, who is back with the team. And batting ninth is a newcomer and the catcher, Tristan Byer. Pitching on the mound is Max Coughlin, the Northeast Community College guy. They're under the direction of Danny Weiser, Andy Chase, and Corey Coranda. Now we'll take you down to the field for the playing of our national anthem. This is Sodbuster Baseballs. We're set to bring you our first pitch of the Hastings Sodbusters and the Bison Baseball Club in their final meeting tonight. The Bison again winning their first contest against Hastings last night, just their second win of their abbreviated summer. They've just been in action since July 4th as a travel-only squad, trying to balance out some of the home teams, if you will, the teams that have homes of their Independence League season. And Bison won against Spearfish a few weeks ago. Actually, it was exactly a week ago yesterday. So they have won on Saturday twice in a row, and they will try and go for a series sweep, and they will do so against the right arm of Max Coughlin, a Northeast Community College guy, and he's going to be getting his first start this summer. And Max just coming off of Tommy John surgery, so making his first start, and this will be an abbreviated outing for him. He told him before the game he's about on a 45 pitch count limit or so. But depending on how efficient that could be, we'll see how many innings he is able to throw. Steve Stein, tough pill to swallow last night, but hopefully the guys are able to flush that one and get this must-needed win tonight.
Just don't want to make last night turn into 2. Don't let any kind of carryover come out. Take care of your business. Do what you need to do. Kind of saw that happen to Fremont. They ended up losing a tough game, then got blown out by the Sodbusters. That turned into a little 3-game losing streak after they lost to the Nebraska Prospects. Sodbusters this time of year, with the way they are, they cannot afford any kind of slip-ups. Come out, take care of business today, and then put this one behind them and get on the road and play a team that's pretty dangerous at their home park, Oahe.
Taking a look at the standings for the Independence League, their overall records. Casper, an astonishing still 37-6 overall record. And then the next 3 teams kind of battling for that perhaps second league spot. If the Casper Spuds end up winning the second half of the Independence League again, which looks very likely, it's the team with the best overall record from there on out. Spearfish 27-16. With their win last night. Fremont 27-8 team, a game back of Spearfish, and then the Sodbusters with their loss last night 25-19, 2.5 games behind Spearfish and a game and a half behind Fremont. It is going to be pretty much almost do or die for the Sodbusters going forward, with just 7 games after this one remaining, 3 against Oahe and 4 against the Prospects. But now we focus on this game tonight's. Got to win the one in front of you before you can look too far to the future. Sodbusters in their black uniforms with gold numbers tonight. The Bison baseball team in their clear whites with yellow numbers and yellow accents as well. Isaiah Brandt will dig in for the Bison baseball club to lead things off against the arm of Max Coughlin. The right-hander delivers the first pitch. It's up high for ball 1. Starting a few minutes early tonight. 6:32 local Central Time start time. And here at Ryder Park in Grand Island, beautiful temperature out here today, as there are just a few clouds in the skies and the wind blowing a little bit out, but a very mild 80 degrees here in central Nebraska. Strike 1 to Isaiah Brandt, 1-1, a hitter playing in his 11th game for the Bison in their 15 total contests. 321 average, 9 hits, an RBI, 5 walks, and 7 strikeouts. Pitch hit softly into the air on the infield. Calling for it at second base is Luke Ray. He puts it away for out number 1. A good start for Max Coughlin and the Sodbusters. They gave up a first inning run last night. They were able to get those runs back, plus then some, but Sodbusters were down 3 separate times last night. They battled back twice to take the lead, but the third time they were not able to do so. So Isaiah Brandt pops out. Ethan Kang will be the next batter. He played in last night's game. Saw his average dip a click from 250 to 245. Went 1 for 5 on last night's game. Pitches inside for ball 1. The defense behind Max Coughlin from left to right field. Ryan Jarvis, Alexio Delgado, Cale Jensen. From third to first base, Bryce Ronkin, Josh Printer, Luke Ray, and Jack Borgman. Tristan Byer, the newcomer, behind the plates doing the catching for Coughlin. The 1-0 pitch from the righty, way high for ball 2. 2-0 to Ethan Kang. On the season, 245 average, 13 hits, which is right up there, close to the team lead. 2 doubles of those 13 hits. 5 walks and 7 strikeouts. His lone hit last night was an 8th inning single. Part of that disastrous 8th inning for the Sodbuster defense. Coughlin's missed with 3 straight. It's 3-0. Sodbusters took a 7-4 lead going into the 8th inning, but Fred Juden allowing 6 runs in that inning, allowing the first 6 to reach with nobody out. That spelled the doom for the guys. It's a 4-pitch walk to Ethan Kang, and there's a runner at first, the first base runner of the night for the Bison.
Not going to make your head coach, Danny Weiser, too happy when you walk 1 out of the first 2. That was such a big factor in last night's game, just working your pitch counts up and giving the other team multiple opportunities, and those free passes have been a thorn in the side of the Sodbusters at times this year.
Sodbusters walking 9 Bison last night, and all of those came between the Juden brothers. Dalton walking 5, Fred walking 4. Adam DeBoer, the bright spot of the pitching staff last night, pitches 2 scoreless innings, just allowing 2 hits, no walks, and a strikeout. But Adam DeBoer, he'll be gone for the team for the next few days. He's off on an official business visit. And by business, I mean perhaps a next college stop. We wish Adam the best of luck on his adventure right now. Pitch number 1 inside to the third-place hitter, Aiden Hall. The Bison shortstop last night had a pretty good night. Couple of hits, couple of walks. Also drove in 2 runs with a double in the 4th inning. So he hit the Judens well. Strike at the top of the zone. It's a 1-ball, 1-strike counts to Aiden Hall. 271 average on the summer season. 13 hits as well for him. Recorded his 3rd double of the season last night and drove in runs number 4 and 5 on his summer season. Hit in the air to center field. Alexiel Delgado ranges over to his left and puts it away for out number 2. And Kang will retreat to first.
One of those guys just out of high school getting the opportunity to play against college pitching. Sodbusters have had their share of those gentlemen over the years, and it's a lot of fun to kind of play at that next level to get a preview of what you're going to be doing. He's going to be headed to Long Beach State in the fall.
Max Coughlin's gotten a couple of outs here after the 1-out walk. And Dayton Francis digs in and lives up to the jersey name, the Bison. He is a big dude, and last night he almost sent one out of here to the left center field gap. That was back in the 1st inning. He had a wall ball double that went off the wall on the fly and missed a home run by just a few feet. 0-1 pitch from Coughlin. Hit softly, and that's going to fall into no man's land for an opposite field base hit. Runner stops at second, now goes to third, and there will be no throw as making it to third is Kang. And just a little blooper single for Dayton Francis gives the Bison 1st and 3rd with 2 outs.
Yeah, Francis, something happening with his jersey, so he has to wear 20 today. We were hoping there was some sort of league rule since we didn't really have his number that he couldn't play today, and well, darn it, he is playing.
It's all right. He says 24 on the card. He's 20. He's out of here. Can't play today.
Yeah, that's right.
We wish. And then here's another guy, too, Bryce Gamble. He's got some size as well. Did not play in last night's game, but gets the start as the designated hitter tonight. Walk and 2 singles, has 1st and 3rd. The Bison trying to score first again in the series. Pitch from Coughlin up high, ball 1, 1-0. Bryce Gamble, $182 on the average this summer, 6 for 33. All of those are singles. 2 walks and 8 strikeouts, 2 runs driven in here. As a team, the Bison Club hitting .244 in their 16 games. Breaking ball misses low and away. Coughlin features a mix of 5 pitches, a 4-seam and 2-seam fastball, a changeup, slider, and curveball, so pretty much the usual arsenal for a traditional starter. 1st and 3rd, 2 outs, still no score in the top of the 1st inning. Pitch down low and stopped by the catcher Tristan Byer. Count goes to 2-0 here in the 1st.
I don't know if you can hear it, but the Bison Baseball Club is fired up. Those dudes are on the top of the dugout, or not on the top of the dugout, but they're on the dugout steps. They are thinking 2-game winning streak, and they're a fired-up group after winning yesterday. It's not going to be an easy one today for the Sodbusters against a motivated group of road warriors.
On the 3-0 pitch, right on the outside corner for strike 1. It's 3-1 to Bryce Gamble. And like you said, Steve, right after they broke the huddle last night, too, they were cheering like a little league team that just won their first game or maybe won a state championship. They were feeling just like they were kids again. Ball 4 is outside. Second walk of the inning for Max Coughlin, and they're loaded up with 2 outs.
Here comes Danny Wilcox out for an early visit. Certainly not what he wanted. It was going to be a bullpen game anyway. Hoping to get 2-3 innings, 45 pitches. You're hoping that's where it was going to end up, but 45 pitches could come sooner than later if Coughlin can't find the strike zone, and he may not get to his 45 pitches if he can't find the strike zone.
And especially coming off of Tommy John surgery, you don't want to pitch too much too quickly as well, because high stress on an arm in 1 inning without some breaks in between could spell disastrous. But Max Coughlin, the Northeast Community College guy, has some media experience. Told me in between games one time, hey, if you ever need help with the broadcast booth, I helped run the broadcast club at Omaha Westside High School, so that would be super cool. We'll be sure to spotlight Mr. Coughlin before the season is done with some broadcast experience. One of us.
I don't want him to take my job, man. I got to at least let me finish the season, all right?
Well, Steve, you're gone on Thursday, so
Yeah.
I might hang out with him. We'll see.
Got it.
Bases loaded, 2 outs. Josh Meyer steps up to the dish, looking to play some damage here. It's outside for ball 1. Meyer last night was in the 8th hole, got 1 hit, but reached base 3 times. Also drove in a run with the hits in the 8th inning. Big trouble here for the Sodbusters, and that's down the left field line. It's just inside the bag. That's going to score at least 2 runs. Heading for second is Meyer, and it's a 2-run double with 2 outs. And the Bison once again score first in the first inning. They lead it 2-0.
And they're not done yet. Second and third, 1 out. Like I said, a group that's very motivated, and the Sodbusters better bring it. They're already getting a little bit of action of the bullpen here. Not what you were hoping for after last night's loss to these Bison.
So for Josh Meyer, you can give him his second double of the year and RBIs number 4 and 5, just his 5th hit this summer. He's batting .182 coming into tonight's game. Next pitch to the 7th batter of the inning, David Henry, is in the dirt low for ball 1. David Henry not seeing playing time in last night's contest, but pretty much a regular guy. 10 games, 241 average, 7 for 29, a double, 3 runs batted in. The 1-0 hits down the right field side, foul. Here at Ryder Park in Grand Island, much shorter outfield than we're used to at Duncan Field. About 380 or so, 380 to 385 in the center field range. No numbers on the outfield walls. Instead, the numbers are on the light fixtures in the outfield. So pretty much in the left and right field alleys and then close to the left field line. That pitch gets away from Beyer, and another run will come home to score. Coughlin yanks the fastball in the left-handed batter's box. Beyer could not get a glove on it. The wild pitch has the Bison up 3-0 in the first inning. And that's Bryce Gamble that comes home to score, and Josh Meyer moves up to third base on the wild pitch. David Henry, meanwhile, has a 2-1 count. And Coughlin struggling in the first, just making his 3rd appearance this summer. He's come on in relief a couple of times. His last outing 12 days ago on July 9th. Ground ball to the left side. Ronkin, tricky hop, can't handle it. Another run is in, an infield single. And the Bison busting this one open here early, 4-0 in the first.
Wow. Who'd have thought this? Sodbuster's going to have to find a way, number 1, to get out of this first inning and then see how it all works out. It's a Bison team that's given up a lot of runs, and the Sodbusters are going to have to score a lot of runs the way this thing started.
We told you in last night's game, too, that the run production hasn't been the main problem. It's been the pitching staff. Bison pitching staff, a 7.66 ERA coming into tonight's game, and for a team just averaging about 4 runs per game coming into the series, they've already put up 4 runs this first inning. Last night, 10 runs, which was just a little bit shy of their season record. They scored 11 runs in the win, their only other win against Spearfish a week ago on Saturday. And they will officially rule that's an infield single on David Henry and can give him an RBI as well. It's an 0-1 pitch to Alec Vinson. That pitch gets away, and the runner goes to second base. So the pitch there, that's 2 now that have gotten away from Beyer there and not in a good spot. Alec Vincent, the 8th man to come up to the plate for the Bison. He's only appeared in 5 games so far this summer, 2 for 12, both singles, a walk, and 3 strikeouts. Coughlin really laboring here. Here comes pitch number 26 of the inning. He'll be lucky if he gets through 2 innings here. 1-1, fouled out of play, 1-2. Coughlin and the Busters 1 strike away again. Can they put him away? To finish the distance measurements at Ryder Park here, it's about 362 to the light fixtures in left and right center field. Above the blue and white signs you see on your screen, and then the 2 light fixtures on the outer part of your screen, it's about 336. So that means it's probably about 320 to the edges. Strike 3 called on the inside corner, and the first inning mercifully comes to an end after 4 Bison score, all on the fact of 3 hits and a couple of walks from the Sodbuster starter, and they're going to have a lot of ground to make up once again. It's 4-zip. We'll see what the Busters can do in the first inning.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now.
At Hastings College, we celebrate all the ways you shine. From more than 20 athletic teams to band, choir, theater, and art, plus esports, creative writing, speech, and media. Join in to earn a scholarship and find your people, the friends you'll hang out and have fun with. It's what makes Hastings great. So check out Hastings College, where your experience matters, in the classroom and in the activities you love to do. Visit us at hastings.edu.
We're back with the bottom of the first inning on Sodbuster Baseball. I'm Ryan Valenta, joined along Steve Stein. Connor and Noah, our usual guys, running the numbers, and Dublin as the producer today. We have a 4-0 ball game here in the bottom of the first inning, and something Sodbusters definitely were not expecting. I mean, yes, they got down early in yesterday's game, but it was just a 1-0 game, and they end up responding with 3 runs, and see if that is still the case here, but they will have to go against the right arm of Lewis Manning. Manning will be making his 4th appearance, 3rd start this summer, 8 1/3 innings so far, but has lost every game he's appeared in. So if you like that trend, if you're a Sodbuster fan, 18 hits, 19 runs, 14 of those earned, 7 walks, 4 strikeouts, and 11.76 ERA. So he has struggled a bit, and opponents are hitting .450 off Mr. Manning, and they're going to have to come back, and hopefully this is the guy that they want to pick on. First batter of the game, Luke Ray, fouls one back to the screen in the leadoff position tonight for Luke on his summer season for the Arkansas Tech Wonder Boy. 19 games, .217 average. Couple of doubles, 3 doubles rather. Check swing foul ball to the fence, and Manning gets ahead quickly, 0-2. Ray trying to get this Sodbuster line moving, and they're going to need to do so in a hurry. Breaking ball misses down low, 1-2 to Luke Ray.
And Lewis Manning, their right-hander, he is another California guy, pretty California heavy for this Bison baseball team out of Cal State LA, NCAA Division II program.
See what the California kid can offer the Sodbusters on the mound tonight. Inside, and it hit him on a 1-2 pitch. Luke Ray wears it between the numbers and probably will take that. I mean, we've seen the Bison in the first game yesterday. There are 3 guys that come out of the bullpen and the starter. None of them threw above 75, and they were mostly sitting in the low 70s and the high 60s. Except for their last guy of the night who barely threw 60. So probably the Sodbusters will have no issue getting hit by pitches tonight. At least we hope. Ryan Jarvis bats from the left-handed side. The Saginaw Valley State product takes strike 1 on the outer corner. He saw a pinch hit appearance last night and struck out looking.
Somewhere Sawyer Duddleston smiling, his Arkansas Tech teammate gets hit by a pitch. So somebody's got to pick up the hit by pitch moniker. May as well be another Wonder Boy.
There we go. Ground ball to the left side over to third base, and it's through the legs of Ethan Kang. He got to the baseball, but laid it. That'll be an error on the Bison third baseman. It's 1st and 2nd with nobody out.
And 4 errors yesterday for the Bison. We talked about the fact their opponents averaging about 12 runs a game. Their team ERA is in the upper 7, so you do the math. They're giving up about 4 unearned runs a game. So this is an opportunity for this Sodbuster team to come right back.
So Ray reaches with the hit by pitch. Jarvis on with the error. And it's Josh Printer coming to bat. Printer, the team lead with 28 walks, has a good eye at the plates, and has gotten it going at the plates on the offensive side as of recent. Printer in last night's contest did not have a hit, but did drive home a run in the 6th inning on a sac fly. Did walk twice and score twice on the base pass. Printer 271 on the summer season, 38 hits. Pitch just missing for ball 1-1 to Josh Printer. Like we've told you, probably hanging it up after the last half of the season and likely become a baseball coach back at his home of Mountain Home, Arkansas. Lewis Manning's 1-1. Breaking ball misses down and away. It's 2-1. Also another fact too, heard before the game, Scott told us, or he was telling Josh that Josh and one of the local news anchors here for Local 4, Madison Smith, they went to the same high school. Small world. Printer pops it up on the infield, and Manning and the catcher will have to fight for it. Infield fly is called, though. So it doesn't really matter too much as Printer pops out for the first out.
Really disappointing go there for a guy you expect to move him up, but baseball's tough. Successful 3 out of every 10 times. Printer certainly wanted to at least advance the runners. Didn't happen. Now Cale Jensen will try to do the same.
And we heard from head coach Danny Weiser last night that the change in velocity probably was affected by some guys not used to seeing such slow pitching. A pickoff play to second, and Luke Ray is just back in safely. Cale Jensen, the batter. He's the right fielder today. We've primarily seen him in left field this summer, which he was last night. Had a single and drove in a run in that 3-run first inning last night, but went 0 for 4 afterwards. Strike at the knees, 0-1 to Cale Jensen. Jensen on the summer improved his batting average, 308, 21 for 70. Just a double and a triple, has mainly been a singles guy this summer. But we know he has some power in the bats. Pitch inside, 1-1 to the Central City native. One of the few Northeast Community College Hawks on the team. His starter on the mound, a Hawk, as well as Braden Cork and Taylor Gill, a former NECC guy. Jensen tries to go down and get one and comes up empty on the off-speed pitch, it looked like. Well, I said that last night. I said off-speed pitch, and then Connor let me know that, no, that was his fastball. So I'll have to see exactly the numbers for Manning when we get it. 1-2 pitch to Jensen. Runners are on the move, and the pitch is called a ball. Didn't look like it missed by much. It's a double steal as Ray goes to third and Jarvis to second.
Job for the Sodbusters right there. Now Jensen, opportunity, just any old ground ball at a middle infielder. He can bring home a run.
So it's a 2-2 pitch from Lewis Manning. The Bison starter, 4-0 Bison here in the bottom of the first. Cracked bats over to second. It'll get a run home. And Joel Beaver over there to make the play. It's an RBI ground out for Cale Jensen, who drives in a run in consecutive nights. It's now 4-1.
Drove in a run in the first inning yesterday, as a matter of fact, and then kind of struggled the rest of the way in terms of his at-bats, although he scorched one late in the game on a nice play from the right fielder. We'll see what Dino Morales can do after he had his magical 2-run home run yesterday.
So now Dino Morales. Can he do it again? That would be pretty awesome. Takes high and tight for ball 1. Morales' home run, technically counting as the first home run at home for the Sodbusters this summer. They had 4 on the road earlier. But Dino's 5th inning 2-run blast put the good guys up for the moment. But that lead would not hold, as we know that now. Strike at the knees. 1-1 strike to Dino Morales, the Panama native. Playing his college ball at York University and really been equal on the field and on the mound this summer. Right there for strike 2. Doesn't pitch at York University, but figure once we send the tape to his college coach, sure he'll be definitely getting some looks, maybe to appear on the mound in his senior season. 1-2 breaking ball, misses. Good stop by the catcher Alec Vincent to keep it in front. And it's a 2-2 count in the first inning. Lewis Manning approaching 20 pitches on this first inning. He's allowed a first inning run. Sodbuster still without a hit this inning. On the right, he goes back to the windup. On the 2-2, Dino gets a piece of it, fouls it off. Bison getting their 4 runs in the first inning on 3 hits. Sodbusters there 1 run on no hits. Hit by pitch, error, and an RBI groundout, as well as a stolen base. 2-2 pitch from Manning. Dino puts it high in the air down the left field side, but it will just get out of play, out of the reach of the left fielder, David Henry. Not as much, I guess kind of about as much foul ground here as Duncan Field, but pretty even here at Ryder Park. You know, Duncan's infield kind of shifts downwards pretty heavily from the foul territory to the fence. Still plenty of room to grab it for the infielders and outfielders in the corners in foul territory. Pitch number 22. Popped up softly on the right side of the infield, and a no problem there for Dayton Francis. The Sodbusters will settle for just 1 run in the first inning. We go to inning number 2 with the Bison leading 4-1.
Core CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook. Back in the second inning here at Ryder Park in Grand Island, the Sodbusters home away from home for this weekend and this weekend only. If you're not here tonight, just one more chance after tonight to come see the Sodbusters in their final home series of 2024, as they will take on the Nebraska Prospects, the travel-only team from this coming Thursday to Sunday at Duncan Field in Hastings. Ryan Valenta, Steve Stein got game number 2 for you. 4-1, the Bison making an early statement in the first inning against starter Max Coughlin, who is back out there for his second inning. But hopefully for Max, Steve, it's just like a starter's yips there. I mean, a lot of guys have troubles in that first inning, and hopefully he can settle down in this second inning, because with the momentum, I mean, this Bison baseball team, they've got nothing to lose, and they seem to keep putting their foot on the gas here.
Yeah, Coughlin, of course, got hit around a little bit, but 27 pitches, only 13 strikes in his first inning. Hopefully he can pepper the zone right here and get through this inning. Maybe have a chance to go 3 if he can have an efficient second inning.
Pitches down low into the turf, and you can hear it right there. Just on a ball, they are loud and rowdy in that Bison dugout. Joel Beaver bats tonight in the 9th spot. He was a pitcher out of the bullpen in last night's contest. He takes strike 1. Beaver actually responsible for the final 6 outs of the inning, a guy who was throwing about 60 to 65 on the mound. Closed it down for the final 6 outs, only allowing 1 run. Beaver goes down to a knee to get that pitch, but comes up empty. It's 1-2.
Beaver out of Dawson Community College in Montana. They play Region 9, ended up playing some the Nebraska Community College teams like Western Nebraska and McCook on occasion.
Swing and a miss. Went downstairs with the breaking ball, and there's the first out of the inning and the first strikeout for Max Coughlin. Second strikeout for Max.
Back-to-back strikeouts wrapped around the inning break. Maybe he's finding his groove here, hopefully, because he needs to put some zeros on the board for this Sodbuster team to come back.
If he can locate that breaking ball, he said that the curveball there, if he can locate it, it's probably his best pitch right now. We'll look to see him go to that with 2 strikes for a put-away tonight. Back to the top of the order, Isaiah Brandt. Coughlin's first inning looked promising because Brandt was retired as the leadoff batter. Breaking ball just misses outside, 1-0. Wind since the start of the game has died down. The flagpole over down the right side of the bullpen for the Bison is standing still now. It's an excellent day for baseball, and knock on wood, we have not really experienced much, if any, of those middle of July 100-degree days like we definitely should have this summer. Don't know how we got so lucky, but we'll take it. After the foul ball, both parties ready to go again. Top of the order, 4-1 ball game. Top of the second inning. Bison have the lead. Ball 2 is up high to Isaiah Brantz. Popped out to the second baseman in his first at-bats. And Brantz, one of the guys batting over 300 in early returns for the Bison. Formerly known as the Gem City Bison. Breaking ball way high, 3-1. Just like the Plainsmen, used to be the North Platte Plainsmen. 2 new travel-only teams in this summer season to help balance out the home team schedule. High strike called for strike 2 on Isaiah Brantz. Not particularly tall in stature by any means, so probably caught the very tippy top of the strike zone.
Isaiah Brant out of Bob Jones University as he goes to that school in Greenville, South Carolina.
Should I know the name Bob Jones?
He's a religious guy, religious leader. It's, I think, Baptist. I think it's a Baptist school.
Okay, probably not then. I was thinking of, like, there's a Bobby Jones, a sports guy, isn't there? I don't know.
There were several Bobby Jones. There was a Bobby Jones, a golfer, Bobby Jones, Philadelphia 76ers basketball player, both well before your time.
Might have been the golfer. Well, Danny Weiser coming out to the mound after the walk to Isaiah Brantz, and that is going to be all for Coughlin. Comes in, just records 4 outs in his starts, and unfortunate for him, just not really able to command the strike zone. 37 pitches, only 18 of them in the strike zone. He will give way to a new Sodbuster arm. We'll tell you about him after the break at Ryder Park in Grand Island.
Sodbuster Baseball is sponsored by Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC. It's one of the many ways Jerry and Greg Spady, along with their families and employees, have proudly embraced a passion for giving back to the community. The folks at Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC realize the importance of enriching and improving the lives of their neighbors. They've accomplished this through philanthropy and active personal involvement. Featuring the top new and used inventory in the region and a certified service department, Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC, 2750 Osborne Drive East in Hastings, or at spady.com. Make your next pit stop at the Coach's Corner. A friendly staff and a deep lineup of snacks. You can find Coach's Corner in North Hastings on Osborne Drive East. More than just a gas station, Coach's Corner is the place to get delicious pizza made fresh for you and your family. Don't take our word for it. It's so good it'll be featured at selected Sodbuster home games this season. For a convenient and clean experience, be sure to check out the new convenience store in North Hastings, Coach's Corner.
Pitching change for the Hastings Sodbusters. Max Coughlin taking out of the game after recording just 4 outs here in the top half of the second inning, and we knew that Coughlin's outing would be limited, but we're hoping not as limited as that. He will have to give way to Michael Hanna. Michael Hanna's a Belle Chase, Louisiana native. Got the Belle Chase part there right this time, and Michael will be making his 9th appearance out of the Sodbuster bullpen. And one of the guys going to Highland Community College down near St. Joe, Missouri. And in 15 2/3 innings, an 0-2 record for Hanna. 17 hits, 17 runs, 18 walks, and 11 strikeouts. But it's been a little bit upwards for Michael as of late. He's cut down on the walks, which were a big problem for him in the first part of the season, but as long as he can find the strike zone, hopefully that he can settle down this Sodbuster pitching staff, and man, do they need it here pretty darn soon, because this Bison baseball team does not look like they're going to let up anytime soon.
Hanna, really good outing against Fremont on Tuesday, 2 2/3 innings, no runs, 1 hit, 1 K. 1 walk. So Hanna, you mentioned an upward trajectory, certainly pretty impressive when we saw him the last time.
There was that one outing against Casper, gave up 5 runs, gave up 6 runs against Spearfish, 5 against Fremont, but it's really the other 6 outings, either 1 or no runs. In fact, only one other outing where he gave up just 1 singular run. So it's pretty much been feast or famine for Mr. Hanna on the mound, as he will finish his warm-up tosses, and when we resume play, it'll be runner at first with 1 out after the walk to Isaiah Brandt. Max Coughlin starting his inning with a strikeout, but did not get it going after that, walking the next batter he faced and pulled from the game. Ethan Kang will dig in. He walked and scored in the first inning. Look at the numbers for the Bison team. Their team averaged just 244 compared to the Sodbusters 252. But Hastings' ERA has been slowly on the climb as of recent, now a 4.92 ERA. Runner on the move in the first pitch. The throw from Byer is right there, but he is safe. Just getting ahead into the tag is Isaiah Brandt, and he steals the base.
Ball popped free, too. I think if they were able to hold it, Luke Ray probably gets rewarded with the out there, and a tremendous throw, because there was really no look over to first base, and Brandt had a tremendous jump at a huge lead.
Like you said, tremendous throw by Byer just to get it there, and if Ray's able to hold on to it, they might get an out there. So Hanna now has to deal with the runner in scoring position. Pitch number 2 to Ethan Kang. Pumps it right in there for strike 1. Hanna's got some good velocity. If he can be consistent on his location, he will be very good at wherever he's going to college next. He's expired his 2 seasons of JUCO eligibility, so he's still looking for his next stop. Pitch outside, 2-1. Early returns the middle 80s on the velo gun for Michael Hanna.
Ethan Kang from L.A. Harbor College. It's a junior college. You would think it'd be in L.A. Well, it's in the suburbs, so it's actually in Wilmington, California. L.A. Harbor College, Wilmington, California.
It's on the harbor of L.A., and Wilmington must be the harbor there.
You know it.
2-1 pitch to Kang, too far inside. Byer tried to frame it to get the call, but does not, and Hanna purses his lips, wondering if he would be able to get that call, but did not. So Kang ahead in the count, 3-1. Probably looking fastball here if you're Ethan Kang. It is a fastball, but it's well low, and good stop by Byer to keep it in front. Another walk for the Sodbuster pitchers, their 4th walk already in the game.
And Danny Weiser, he's much more even-keeled than a guy like me, but, I would be turning to the bullpen. Can somebody come in and not walk people? And it's so much easier setting up here saying that, but, man, that is just so frustrating when you got one job to throw strikes and just have had a heck of a time finding consistency at certain spots in the bullpen.
And that is the average argument for the viewer at home. Why don't you just throw strikes? If it's so easy, you go out there and do it.
That's right. Yeah. Uh-huh.
I mean, I played some high school baseball. I mean, I pitched a little bit. It's not easy.
Nope.
You feel like you get in a rhythm, which you do for an inning or two, and then the next inning you come out there, it's gone.
Yeah.
So it is a very tough job. One of the hardest positions to play. Probably pitcher and catcher. Probably the hardest positions to play in baseball. This is Aiden Hall now at the plate with 2 on and 1 out. The shortstop visited Alexiel Delgado out in center field and was retired. He swings and misses at the pitch from Hanna, and he's down in the count, 0-2. Brandt at second, Kang at first for the Bison Baseball Club. Still very early in this game, and it's dragging along. 0-2, breaking ball, ripped foul. That's down past the third base coach for the Bison team, Tim Ewells. The assistant coach as the head coach, Jason Adversello, does the coaching at first base. Still a 0-2 count to Aiden Hall, 0 for 1 tonight. Bison trying to add on here. Strike 3 at the knees. See you later. Hall doesn't like the call, and has some words for the home plate umpire. He is out number 2. And first strikeout for Michael Hanna.
Nice bounce back from Michael. Walked that first guy and got ahead in the count here. We'll see if he can finish it off against a really tough out.
Dayton Francis, the Giant on the team, and he almost looks like he's too old to play baseball because if he has that helmet off, he doesn't have a lot of hair on that head as well. Curious how old he actually is.
Watch it. You know, no hair jokes.
Okay, yeah, my hair might be gone next. Pitch is just outside and low. And Michael Hanna looking to find the zone here. Get out of this inning and save his starter Max Coughlin from another run charged to him. That runner at second, Brandt, still his responsibility. Kang at first is Hanna's responsibility. Too low again. It's now 2-0. The Dayton Francis. Definitely have to be careful with him because he has some power. I'm not just using that as a stereotype. Like I said, last night he put one off the wall on the fly and almost had a home run in the first inning. 2-0 pitch from Hanna to Francis. Low, ball 3. And the walk bug is unloading into the Sodbusters right now and just plaguing these pitchers. 9 walks last night. There's a strike on the inside corner, 3-1. Already 4 tonight. We've still got a lot of ball game to play. Francis 1 for 1. He singled and scored in the first inning. That was just a little bloop job over the first baseman into right field. 3-1 at the knees, but below the knees, apparently. It's ball 4. Now the bases are loaded again for the Bison with 2 outs.
Yeah, it's only the second inning, but this is a pretty big at-bat in the course of this one. Already down 4-1, and if they get a big one from Bryce Gamble, the Sodbusters are in a world of hurt.
Bases loaded, 2 outs. Brings up Bryce Gamble. Gamble walked and scored in the first inning. And he is going to try and bust this baby wide open. First pitch from Hanna on the inside part of the plate for strike 1. Gamble walked and scored, like I mentioned, and the Bison with just 3 hits tonight, but 4 runs. Still no hits, and that one hits him. Another run for the Bison on a hit by pitch for Bryce Gamble, and it's 5-1.
Yeah, boy. Gets a little tougher now. Sodbusters trying to find a way to get out of this with no more damage done, with a freebie on the board now in this second inning.
3 walks and a hit by pitch score a run for the Bison on the benefits of no hits. So they now lead at 5-3 with their 4-run lead. Still bases loaded, 2 outs, and it's up to Josh Meyer, who crushed a baseball for a 2-run double. Check swing up and in. Appears he did not go around, and it's ball 1. Meyer, one of the guys with just 1 batting glove, and it's on the right hand, though. Well, the correct hand, I should say. It's on the left hand. If you're going to put one on there. Pitch grounded to left side, foul, and snagged by Coach Ewells at third base, and he makes the throw back to the mound.
Tough guy.
Good job, Coach.
I'd have been jumping out of the way of that one.
Oh, I could catch the ball, but if I threw it back, I would spike it into the ground, and then I would go back to the dugouts and never show my face again. The 1-1 pitch from Hanna to Josh Meyer. Ground ball again, foul, and Ewells makes the play, the quick release throw. Yeah!
Sign him
up. Get him, Coach.
I was going to say, he may have come in at third base, little player coach action. They don't have very many guys on this team. Don't know if he has college eligibility left.
I don't know about that. We'll ask him after the game. Let's find out. It's a 1-2 pitch to Meyer now with the bases loaded, 2 out, 5-1 game. Way inside, and it kicks off the glove of Meyer. Here comes another run home. It's 6-1 on the wild pitch. And that actually probably is a passed ball. That one off the glove of Meyer, the 4th time. Correction, the 3rd time it's kicked off his glove tonight.
So if you keep track at home, that's 2 runs on 0 hits in the inning as, man, oh man, it has started 3 minutes early. I think we have pretty well overcome that early start.
Well, 4 runs in the first, now 2 in the second, and not over yet. Hanna needs to throw a strike to end it. He gets it. It's in the dirt. Byers going to have to throw down to first, and he does make the play, and you can exhale now as the inning is finally over 6-1. Meyer strikes out, but not before the Bison score 2 more runs, and they now lead it by 5. We'll be back with the 5th inning on Sodbuster Baseball.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here. I feel better already.
The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
Dog Roll Patrol provides reliable and professional pet waste management services in the Hastings area. Hire Dog Roll Patrol today and spend more time enjoying your furry friends and less time cleaning up after them. Depending on your location and number of pets, Dog Roll Patrol will work with you to come up with a schedule that best fits your situation. Dog Roll Patrol takes great pride in their work. Family owned and operated out of Hastings. Get a free quote and details on the services at dogrollpatrol.com.
Bottom of 2. The Sodbusters coming up against Lewis Manning. Back out for the second time tonight. And the guys kind of climb out of a hole here, down 6-1. After the Bison put on 2 more in the second inning. It's now a 6-1 game. 4 in the first, 2 in the second. And Lewis Manning gave up some runs in the first inning, but Sodbusters need some runs, and they need them now.
And it's a situation, just can't pay attention to the scoreboard. Go out, do what you can do. You can't hit a 5-run home run. Just find a way to keep the line moving. There's still a lot of baseball left. And if anybody looks at the box scores for Bison baseball, they give up a lot of runs. You just got to find a way to take it 1 inning at a time and battle your way back.
Bryce Ronkin will try that. He takes up high for ball 1. Ronkin pinch hit last night and got a hit in that 9th inning, where the Sodbusters tried to come back but could not. Ronkin slashes one foul out of play down the left field side. It's 1-1 to Bryce Ronkin, South Dakota State's product. And he is .243 on the summer season, 10 for 38. Recorded his 10th hit last night. A couple of doubles, a triples, and 10 runs batted in. Soft grounder to the first baseman. Francis will take it himself and steps on the bag for out number 1. Ronkin kind of shut down his swing halfway, almost like he regretted swinging at it and did not put a hard swing on it, and he's retired for the first out. Alexiel Delgado steps in against Lewis Manning, who's looked good so far, even though he did allow that first inning run. Delgado takes one right down the gut for strike 1. Defense behind Manning from left to right: David Henry, Josh Meyer, Isaiah Brandt. From third to first is Ethan Kang, Aiden Hall, Joel Beaver, and Dayton Francis. Pitch just outside. Alec Vincent doing the catching for Manning tonight. Alexiel Delgado. He's had some streaky games as of late. 26 hits now on the summer season with 7 doubles. Delgado last night did not record a hit, but did score twice and walk. He's down on the count 1-2. And Manning, a guy who's throwing a lot harder than the guys from last night, sitting in the upper 70s, topping out at 80 miles an hour. Delgado puts a charge into one to right field. Over there is Brandt, who puts it away for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down for the Bison.
Really good job from Manning. Got a big lead. Just put her down the middle. See if they can hit it on you. And Delgado got a decent piece of it, but right at an outfielder for the second out of the inning.
It's Jack Borgman now batting, and welcome back to the Sodbusters, Mr. Borgman. We thought that we would not be seeing him for the rest of the summer season, but pulled up to the field earlier tonight. Saw him in the parking lot. Said, "What are you doing here?" Said he's back. Missed the team and some important games coming up here. Good to have Mr. Borgman back. He's got a 1-0 count. Up high and tight. And I thought it might have hit him there. The home plate umpire put up time, but it appears that it did not hit him. So Borgman will step back in with a 2-0 count. 2.14 average for Jack on the summer. Just had a torrential start to his first 4 games as a Sodbuster with 8 hits. But then after that, a dry spell of the ages came over Jack, and since then it was just kind of hits here and there. He did go 4 for 6 in his last couple of games against Casper, though. 3-0 pitch right down the middle for strike 1. 3-1 to the Norfolk native and Northeast Community College guy. Just spent his freshman campaign there and performed very nicely. Hard hit ball over the reach of the shortstop. Borgman has a hit. Welcome back to Hastings. And we've got ourselves a 2-out base runner.
That's what you need, Jack. Just come back like you've never been here before. Remember how he started the season? He had like a 4 or 5 game hitting streak. Just kind of rekindle that. Just brand new to the team. Yes, just come out and impress your teammates.
Jack Borgman, after his first 4 starts as a Sodbuster, was hitting .533 at the plate and dipped all the way down to as low as .169 during his slump. Now back up to .214 and a little bit more with his base hit in the second. The newcomer Tristan Byer takes up high, and look to see him provide some catching capabilities for Tristan Byer.
You bet. Tristan, a good opportunity for him to come in. He is from Northeast Community College and played his high school ball, actually played Legion ball at North Platte.
Popped up and out of play, and speaking of North Platte, they're doing pretty good in the area Legion tournaments. They took down Kearney, and they also took down Hastings in the A7 area tournaments. That Legion baseball tournament in central Nebraska. The seniors are out in Scottsbluff. The juniors are in Hastings. Byer hits it out of play, down to his last strike here in the second inning.
And North Platte just got high school baseball. It was their first spring for the high school. North Platte St. Pat's, the small religious school out there, they actually co-opt with Maxwell, and they've been playing baseball now 2 years.
Definitely a very big skill difference between those two teams, but North Platte in their first spring season, they looked really good. Pitch outside, good take from Byer to prove the count in his favor, 2-2. Jack Borgman with the first hit of the night for the Hastings Sodbusters. It comes as the 8th man of the inning. Tristan Byer as batter number 9, the top of the order, waiting on deck. The 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss, blew it right by him. It's a strikeout, and the first strikeout for Lewis Manning. And he has thrown 2 very good innings. It's still a 6-1 game with the Sodbusters well behind here. They'll look to hang another 0 in the third inning right after this.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Hastings Sodbusters baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate wood bat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to HastingsSodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters Baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
We go to the third inning with the Sodbusters still down 6-1, not able to push across any runs in the second inning as the 2-out single by Jack Borgman left stranded. Michael Hanna back out for his third inning, and for the third inning, we will send you over to Steve Stein.
Thank you very much, Ryan Valenta. And why, you ask, as Hastings given up 6 runs in the first 2 innings? Well, 2 pitchers for Hastings have combined to throw 58 pitches. 28 of them have been strikes. You look at that number right there, and that does not bode well. Hastings has already walked 5 in the first 2 innings to go along with the 3 hits given up. and some balls have gotten by. It has just not been a really pretty start pitching-wise for the Sodbusters. Michael Hanna will try to slow it down here and put up a 0, a much-needed 0. It's still a long ways to go in this one, but Hastings, the early return's not positive. The mojo is not going the way, and give Bison baseball all the credit in the world. When they come to the plate, their dudes are out of the dugout. They are fired up. They are chirping. And after winning their second game of the year, they are looking for their first 2-game win streak. The Sodbusters better strap it up, or it is going to be a 2-game sweep at the hands of the Bison. As we see the 7, 8, and 9 come in, and Michael Hanna brings it high for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes on David Henry. Henry, starting left fielder. He reached his first time up, and Henry able to reach second before it was all said and done. His first opportunity, and 2 quick balls to the opposing left fielder, who is 1 for 1 after an infield single. And already you hear the Bison baseball team getting on top of Michael Hanna. 2-0 delivery is on the way. Fouled, and got a lot of the home plate umpire as he is getting ready to throw the ball back. But boy, that ticked and then just went right off the face mask. Brandon Moore, Chris Sintek, our 2-man crew today here, and they'll actually give him a few more moments as we see David Henry come up the third base line to visit with his assistant coach, get a talk with Tim Ewells, and so that will just give our home plate umpire a little more of an opportunity to get back into that umpire's box behind the catcher, and hopefully he's just seeing 1 ball come in here. Swing and a miss. So David Henry now down on the count. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Michael Hanna trying to find a way to get the first out here. Foul back to the screen. It remains 2-2 on David Henry. Michael Hanna came in with 1 on and 1 out. Couple of walks, a hit batsman. Ball got by the catcher. When all is said and done, 2 runs, 0 hits in that second inning. Swing and a miss. Michael Hanna. Back-to-back strikeouts wrapped around the second inning break. 1 out here in the third, and the Bison lead Hastings 6-1.
Would you believe it if I told you that the Sodbusters have retired the leadoff man in all 3 innings so far?
Crazy stat.
Yet they've given up 6 runs.
Yeah, that is... So maybe the worst thing that could have happened. We'll find out. So, well, and that's the thing about it. The second inning, Sodbuster struck out the side. Always look for the positives. Big swing, no contact here for Alec Vincent. No balls and a strike to the number 8 hitter. He's from Williston State, a junior college in North Dakota, coming into today at 167, 2 for 12 on the year. Also could see some time on the mound during the course of the year. All of these guys are 2-way players, and it's a fairly thin roster. They've lost some guys along the way. Only 18 players making the trip here, and they'll have 3 more games. Going to wrap up their season at Fremont the next 3 days. Pitch way outside, 2-1. Good stop there for Tristan Byer, making his Sodbuster debut behind home plate. Jack Borgman back at the lineup at first base. Second baseman Luke Ray. Third baseman Bryce Ronkin. The shortstop Josh Brenner. 3 new infielders compared to yesterday's lineup. 2-1 delivery is taken outside for a 3-1 count. The outfield, Ryan Jarvis in left. He's back in the lineup today. You've got the center field, Alexiel Delgado, and Cale Jensen in right. So getting a lot of guys the opportunity here over these last 2 days to see some time. Swing and a miss. Blew it by him. 3-2 now on Alec Vincent. Trying for his 4th strikeout already is Michael Hanna. Struck out 2 guys last inning. 1 so far this inning. 3-2 pitch on the way. Just misses. So 1 out walk to Alec Vincent. That'll bring up Joel Beaver as Beaver struck out his first time up. Stand at the right-handed batter's box. Neat moment for him yesterday, and a thoroughly frustrating moment for the Hastings Sodbusters as Beaver came in to work 2 innings, allowed 1 run on 2 hits, walked 2, struck out 2, picked up the first save of the season for the Bison Baseball Club. Matter of fact, it was an interesting dynamic. They'd won 1 game this year. The guy who picked up the win wasn't on the roster anymore, so nobody who had pitched for the team yesterday or this season had picked up a victory until yesterday. Pitch outside for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes on Beaver. 1 on, 1 out. Hastings on the short end of a 6-1 score here in the top half of the 3rd inning. Some work to do for the green and gold today. That pitch is on the outside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike on Beaver. Batting their 7, 8, and 9. A strikeout and a walk so far in this frame. As already Sodbuster pitchers, 2 of them so far have walked 6. And you know Danny Weiser, first thing he'll say in the postgame, too many walks. And he is a pitching coach, former pitcher in his own right, and knows that that is one of the, if not the key stat in most baseball games at this level, trying to find a way to throw strikes. 1-2 the count, and it's even magnified here at Ryder Park. Duncan Field may be a little more forgiving because the next guy may hit a fly ball and it'll be caught. This fly ball in this park could leave the yard. Much more of a potential for that. 1-2 pitch. Taken high, throw down to first, and diving back in safely will be Alec Vincent. As much more cozy here, although if you're going to play at Ryder Park in July, about as good a day as you're going to get in terms of a pitcher, because a lot of times this time of year, you mentioned it, 95 degrees, wind blowing from the south at 25 miles an hour, and a south wind would be going straight out to left. So this is pretty pitcher-friendly by Ryder Park standards. Pitch in the dirt. And from 1-2 to 3-2 on the number 9 hitter after a walk to the number 8 hitter, and now need to bring one right here to a guy who has only had 2 hits in 12 at-bats. Throw it over Michael Hanna, and let's see what happens. Hanna works out of the stretch, runner at first. 6-1 the score. Michael comes set, brings it home. High for ball 4. Back-to-back walks, and back to the top of the order. Oh, boy. So, Isaiah Brandt will bat for the 3rd time in 3 innings. When you're the leadoff guy batting for the 3rd time in 3 innings, it's probably going pretty good for your team. And here comes Danny Weiser with a slow walk out of the dugout to try to find the right words to say to Michael Hanna.
And especially it really hurts with the bottom of the order. We've said it time and time again, and it especially seems like the past week or so, just the bottom of the order of the Sodbuster opponents, they have really come up and shown out here to really just throw a wrench in the Sodbuster plans. And kind of notice here that Danny's talking with Michael and the catcher Tristan, just technically one-on-one, if you will. Usually the whole infield comes in, so just really focusing on Hanna there. I mean, he's a guy who has struggled with his command, like we told you, trying to still find his real rhythm here. And again, on this field in Grand Island, you got to wonder how much that affects the guys, too. We're just so used to playing at home, and with turf infields becoming the norm nowadays, playing on still a dirt infield. And I mean, how much does that affect pitchers here, especially in this series?
Well, you wouldn't think it would have any effect in terms of throwing strikes. I mean, I don't know. I guess maybe your release point, that the mound a little different, but
some guys, they really take a good chunk out of the mound when they finish there, and can't do that on turf fields.
Well, see what happens. First and second, back to the top of the order, and a first pitch strike to Isaiah Brandt. Brandt 0 for 1, but walked, stole the base, and scored a run in the second. It's 6-1, and the Bison baseball team thinking about adding some more right here. So you've got the Bob Jones University product at the plate. Pitch on the inside corner, 2 quick strikes, 2 really good-looking pitches from Michael Hanna. If he can find a way to have that kind of pinpoint control, he may have himself a successful relief outing. But it's been up and down so far. Striking out 3, walking 4, and hitting 1 so far. Here's the pitch. Bouncing ball left side. Ronkin, the third baseman's got it, throws to first. Runners will move up. Good job for Bryce to charge and throw perfectly over to Borgman at first. Runners advance. That's Vincent at third. Beaver at second. 5-3 on the putout. And since Michael Hanna came in, first ball put in play.
Oh, man.
That's tough to play defense when no balls are getting put in play.
Walks hit by pitches and strikeouts. And for Hanna on that pitch there, Brandt's kind of an awkward swing, inside pitch. He felt like he had to swing at it since that's where he got strike 2 called against him, but an excellent play by Ronkin on almost a hard-hit swinging bunt.
Whew, right over the top of the head of Ethan Kang. Great stop there for the catcher for Hastings, Tristan Byer, to save a run. Don't want another wild one and to give away yet another free one. They got 2 runs, no hits in the second inning. Saw a little insurance yesterday when the Bison baseball team was able to get a run home on a strikeout wild pitch to add on when they already had the lead as part of that nightmarish 6-run 8th inning. A lot of giveaways the last couple of days. 2-0 pitches down low, 3-0 on Ethan Kang. And Kang doesn't have the greatest average, but been swinging a pretty hot bat. Had 2 multi-hit games in the Casper series. 2 2-hit games, had a double in that series. Went 1 for 5 yesterday and dropped 5 points to 245. Did score a run in the 10-8 Bison win over the Sodbusters. 3-0 pitch on the way. Across for a strike, 3-1 on Kang. Runners at second and third, 2 outs. Bison have scored in every inning so far as this game is not rolling right along. We are well over an hour into it. We are in the top of the 3rd inning. It's a school night, kids. I can't be doing this. Here's the pitch. Okay, school's not going on. Bouncing ball left side. Ronkin charges. He'll set. He'll throw in time. Good job. Back-to-back plays for the third baseman for the Hastings Sodbusters. Kang is out, and mercifully a 0 is on the board. No runs, no hits, 2 men left. We head to the bottom half of inning number 3. It's 6-1 Bison. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now.
At Hastings College, we celebrate all the ways you shine. From more than 20 athletic teams to band, choir, theater, and art, plus esports, creative writing, speech, and media. Join in to earn a scholarship and find your people, the friends you'll hang out and have fun with. It's what makes Hastings great. So check out Hastings College, where your experience matters, in the classroom and in the activities you love to do. Visit us at hastings.edu.
This is Sodbuster Baseball. Head of the 3rd inning. Got to find a way to get some offense. Trailing at 6-1. Maybe that top of the inning will kind of turn the trick here as a 0 on the board. And now Hastings will have the top of the order with Ray, Jarvis, and Printer coming up. As Hastings, season's on the line right here. I know there's still a week to go, but we're talking at this point 2.5 games back with 2 teams in front of you for that second playoff spot. Neither team in front of you is playing today, but you fall 3 games back with only 7 to go. It is a real tall task, particularly because the end of the season, Spearfish and Fremont will play one another, so one of those teams is guaranteed to win, one of those teams is guaranteed to lose. As far as the other schedule, Fremont will be taking on this Bison baseball team, and you're turning around trying to beat these guys today, and you will be doing everything you can to hope they win their next 3 games at Fremont. And then Fremont goes to Milwaukee for a single game on Thursday, then we'll close out with Spearfish 3 games Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And Luke Gray comes to the plate, first pitch swinging, sends that high in the air, but that should be an easy play. Coming on is the left fielder David Henry, 1 pitch, 1 out here in the 3rd. Ray had scored the lone run. He was hit by a pitch, stole the base, and scored for the Hastings Sodbusters, but he's out to open the 3rd, and here comes Ryan Jarvis. It's a good job for Lewis Manning so far. 2 innings pitched so far, allowing 1 run on 1 hit, strikeout 1. He's hit 1, 39 pitches so far for him. Meanwhile, the Sodbuster pitchers have already combined for 84 pitches through the first 3 innings. Jarvis, his first time up, reached on an error. Sodbusters had a good opportunity with first and second, nobody out, but able to plate only 1. Cale Jensen brought home a run with a ground out. Jarvis grounds this one foul, and Ryan Jarvis has the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Jarvis, one of the more consistent players for this Sodbuster team, batting .280 and .329 at home so far this year. Jarvis takes the pitch outside for a ball. 2 balls and a strike on Ryan Jarvis. Went 0 for 1 in a pinch hit roll yesterday. Leads the team with 23 runs batted in. Got him to the plate in a good RBI situation, but baseball's hard. Can't come through every time. They got him in a spot where you wanted him and just could not come through in a 9th inning situation where you really like your opportunity to have Jarvis batting. Left-handed hitter against the right-handed pitcher, but couldn't get it done. 2-2 pitch. Down low, 3-2. Sodbusters just need base runners. You would think patience would be a virtue when you're down by 5. Find a way to crawl back into this Bison baseball team. Will give up some runs. They have certainly in their early returns just about done with their portion of the IBL schedule. Line drive, center field, carrying pretty well. It's going to get to the fence. Jarvis around first, headed to second. And Ryan Jarvis, a one-out base runner here for the Hastings Sodbusters as he cracks his 5th double of the year, and maybe that ignites the offense with 1 out here in the 3rd.
Jarvis just such a changed hitter throughout the summer season. We saw him coming up at the start of his season here for the Sodbusters, swinging in just about every pitch, now working it into the count, making the pitcher throw some pitches, and did not miss that one, and a perfect opposite field hit to get in with a 2-bagger.
See if Josh Printer can change places. The starting shortstop, and pretty much everyday shortstop for this Hastings Sodbuster squad, popped at the pitcher his first time up on an infield fly and takes the pitch outside for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes on Josh Printer, coming into today at .268. Home run, 2 triples, 6 doubles, 23 runs batted in, a team best 31 runs scored. He's increased his stolen base numbers, 10 out of 12. Leads the team in walks on the year. Josh Printer finishing up at Houston Christian, a degree in interdisciplinary studies. He's from Mountain Home, Arkansas. And a visit here from the catcher to talk to his right-handed pitcher, Lewis Manning. Manning coming into today with an ERA exceeding 11. So he felt like he had a pretty decent chance to get some runs, but the Sodbusters have been very quiet so far. That hit for Jarvis, just the 2nd of the game for the Hastings Sodbusters. As we see Jarvis jockeying off of second base, Manning will break contact and will now get ready to go again to Printer. 1-0 delivery on the way. A little bit outside, 2 balls and no strikes on Josh Printer for the Hastings Sodbusters. 0 for 2 yesterday, did have an RBI, 2 runs scored. He walked twice for Hastings. Sodbusters were out-hit in that game, 13-8. Printer bounces this one to the left side. Third baseman has got it, will throw to first and safe. I'm not sure if Ethan Kang was trying to deke the second base runner to the fact that he didn't get it, because he did a little pirouette and then didn't have time to throw it over to first base. He kind of looked back at the shortstop. I don't know if he thought he had no chance to throw out Printer anyway, but one way or the other, runners at first and second and 1 man out.
That definitely did look like a failed deke there for Kang. I mean, credit the showmanship to try and bluff the runner over there, Jarvis, who did not bite, but unfortunately that cost your team a base right there.
And they do rule it an error. First and second, and 1 man out. Big chance here for the Sodbusters, and Jensen bounces this to the right side. They'll throw to second, get the out there, and that's all. Runners will be at the corners because Cale Jensen, first pitch swinging, and a good job for Joel Beaver to throw it over to Aiden Hall. They just got Josh Printer, who was busting it down the line. Jensen aboard on the fielder's choice. Runners to the corners. Sodbusters need a big 2-out hit. Dino Morales will see if he can come through and just put a line drive to somebody.
Yeah, besides the Jarvis hit there, didn't really seem like much was going on for the Sodbuster offense, and I feel like they definitely could have put some better swings on this pitcher so far.
Good job for Manning. An opportunity to get out of this with no damage done. Trying to put another 0 on the board and have his team up by 5 a third of the way through. First pitch on the outside corner for strike 1. Dino Morales in the lineup again. Has been a regular in the pitching staff as well, but back-to-back starts here. Does occupy the DH spot. Lines this one to center field. Diving attempt. No, and it's by and going to roll for a ways. 1 run will score. Rounding third. Here comes Cale Jensen. He will score. It's a double for Dino Morales, and the Sodbusters get a little 2-out magic and cut the deficit back to 3.
Heck of an effort by Meyer, the center fielder, do-or-die play, and not able to keep it in front of him, but credit Isaiah Brandt, the right fielder, for backing up the throw there. If he doesn't, Dino gets at least third and could potentially come all the way around with some good speed.
So Dino Morales, 2-run double, and here comes Bryce Ronkin trying to continue it here. As the Sodbusters get 2 back, would like more with a pretty good RBI candidate, Bryce Ronkin. He grounded out to the first baseman his first time. A left-handed hitter from South Dakota State. Good swing on it, but right back to the screen. No balls and a strike on Bryce Ronkin. Pre-physical therapy major, a former pre-physical therapy major, I should say, is converted over to business at South Dakota State. Like the science classes, but that is a very aggressive major for D1 baseball, particularly at South Dakota State. Now, if you're playing in Arizona, where your basic non-conference season is all at home, but South Dakota State, they basically play for a month and a half on the road before getting into Summit League competition, so not too much time spent in class in the spring. And we say spring in air quotes in South Dakota because South Dakota State baseball, say you got some cold weather games in February and March. So consequently, they head down to New Mexico for a couple of weekends to play some series. Had a stoppage in play. Time was called. And now the head coach is going to get a word.
My theory is, every time I've still been meaning to confirm this, but every time that a pitcher steps off, the umpires put out one finger on each side, almost like the rules of like the new disengagement rule in the major leagues. Like you're only allowed to disengage twice, and if you do it 3 times, then it's a balk or the runner advances. So the umpires signaled 2 there, and they were perhaps confirming something with the Bison head coach.
2-1 the count now on the batter, Ronkin. And he watches this one go by for ball 3. And if you're Sodbusters, like I say, just be patient. Take the bat out of your hand, give it to the next guy, and trying to find a way to come back here. Get the big 2-out, 2-run double from Dino Morales. Maybe that'll get this Sodbuster crew fired up a little bit. It's a long way to go in this one. Ronkin a good swing on it, but fouls it away. It's now 3-2 with the runner at second and 2 men out. 2 runs home in the inning. A double, an error, fielder's choice grounder, and a 2-run double scoring Jarvis and Jensen. And Ronkin trying to bring Morales home, who's out at second base. 3-2 pitch. Bouncing ball right side, jammed him. It should do it. Second baseman's got it. Throw to first in time as the good play for Joel Beaver to take care of Ronkin. And the Sodbusters will settle for a couple of runs. On 2 hits, 1 error, and 1 man left. We head to the 4th. It's 6-3 Bison. This is Sodbuster Baseball. Sodbuster Baseball is sponsored by Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC. It's one of the many ways Jerry and Greg Spady, along with their families and employees, have proudly embraced a passion for giving back to the community. The folks at Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC realize the importance of enriching and improving the lives of their neighbors. They've accomplished this through philanthropy and active personal involvement. Featuring the top new and used inventory in the region and a certified service department, Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC, 2750 Osborne Drive East in Hastings, or at spady.com. Make your next pit stop at the Coach's Corner. A friendly staff and a deep lineup of snacks. You can find Coach's Corner in North Hastings on Osborne Drive East. More than just a gas station, Coach's Corner is the place to get delicious pizza made fresh for you and your family. Don't take our word for it. It's so good it'll be featured at selected Sodbuster home games this season. For a convenient and clean experience, be sure to check out the new convenience store in North Hastings, Coach's Corner. Sodbusters will use their 3rd pitcher in 4 innings as Cade Cartwright will begin the 4th for the Hastings Sodbusters. Cartwright, another Arkansas Tech guy. And coming in at 1-0 at 2.36 ERA, making his 7th appearance in 7 2/3 innings, allowing 2 runs on 6 hits. He struck out 5. He has walked 3. Cade Cartwright getting the opportunity in relief of Max Coughlin and Michael Hanna, those two combining for the first 3 innings today, allowing 6 runs on just 3 hits, 5 earned runs, 7 walks, 5 strikeouts, and a hit batsman combined for Coughlin and Hanna. And for Cartwright, just hoping to clean things up. Come out, throw strikes, and see what your defense can get done behind you. It has not been the swiftest moving game, as let's see. What'd you say? 6:32 game time start. We're now at 7:51, and we're a third of the way home.
Well, hope you brought your sleeping bag, because I think we're going to be camping out up here in the Ryder Park press box tonight. But for Cade, he's had a lot of rest. He has last pitched on July 8th, and if you recall, his last 3 outings were pretty darn close to one another. July 5th, July 7th, and the 8th. So pitching in 3 of 4 days in a row, where he pitched more than 1 inning both times, or 2 of the 3 times. So he's needed some rest, and hopefully his arm's feeling good and will able to eat up some innings tonight.
First pitch is out of the zone for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. He works to the 3, 4, and 5 hitters, starting with Aiden Hall. Hall 0 for 2, a line out and a strikeout. His first 2 times up, and takes the pitch out of the zone for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Sodbusters down in this one, 6-3. An early body blow put on by the Bison as they scored 4 in the first, added 2 runs on no hits in the second. Off speed, beauty, drops right in there. 2-1 the count on Aiden Hall for the Bison baseball team, who came into today at 271. He'd raised his average some 27 points with his 2-hit game yesterday. These guys haven't played nearly as many games, so their averages will fluctuate much more. And the pitch misses for ball 3, 3-1 the count on Aiden Hall. As the Bison baseball team coming into today 2-13, 3 more games after this one, and they'll wrap it up, much like the Plainsmen, who played a lot of their games in June. Pitch pop foul, 3-2 the count. They were a fired-up group yesterday, battling from behind with a 6-run 8th inning to break the Sodbusters' heart. And yeah, it was only 1 game, but man, it sure felt like a large loss. Sodbusters had a chance to stay with both Spearfish and Fremont. Spearfish winning 21-10 over Oahe. Fremont winning 11-10, coming from behind, which is even more painful for the Sodbusters. It looked like the Sodbusters was going to win and Fremont was going to lose. The opposite happens, and Aiden Hall works a walk. Wow. Okay, and here comes Dayton Francis. We have seen our share of those today, as every pitcher who's come in has walked at least 1. That is walk number 8. We are in the top of the 4th inning. And the Hastings Sodbusters have Dayton Francis at the plate now. Francis a single and a walk so far. Big swing, no contact, as Francis has been aboard twice. Scored his first time and was stranded his second time. Sodbuster baseball, they feature some high school and Legion players from the Tri-Cities and even North Platte today, so I suppose it's appropriate that we throw in a Legion score, and North Platte continues to surprise out west. They've beaten Home Federal. Hard hit ball left side. This is carrying well, and this leaves the yard. Dayton Francis, he certainly has shown the capability, nearly put one out at that same spot yesterday. He has himself a 2-run home run, a 2-hit game so far, and Sodbusters get 2 in the third. The Bison get 2 right back with nobody out here in the 4th.
Too much of the plate there for Cartwright, and Francis, he smoked that baby and didn't really get a ton of backspin on it, but just how strong he is, able to power that thing out just over the fence, about 340-ish feet out of the left field fence, 99 off the bat.
The 5th home run of the season for Bison baseball, his second to tie for team lead honors with Josh Meyer. And Bryce Gamble at the plate now, 1 ball and no strikes. It was supposed to be a bullpen game, and it has been a struggle for this bullpen for the Hastings Sodbusters so far. 3 pitchers and all have been touched up in varying degrees. This pitch is across for strike 1 ball and 1 strike on Bryce Gamble. Gamble with a successful go so far. He's been walked, he's been hit by a pitch, he's scored a run, and he has driven home a run with a bases loaded hit batsman. Off the fists and fouled away. So North Platte, with their win, they are guaranteed a spot in the state tournament. So I think it's going to come down to elimination play between the top seed, Home Federal, and I think probably Hastings on the backside of that tournament bracket. Haven't seen it officially, but North Platte blown out by Home Federal a couple of times in the regular season, but they get a big win here today out in Scottsbluff. Pitch fouled away by Bryce Gamble. 2 runs home for the Bison here in inning number 4. The Hastings Sodbusters in big trouble. They're home away from home, and they may not come back next year. Sodbusters lost yesterday, are losing today, and let's go play in Central City next year. Actually, that wouldn't be a bad idea. Central City's got a really nice field, and small town, they'd probably kind of get a kick out of seeing the Hastings Sodbusters.
Baseball town.
Yeah, particularly if Cale Jensen, is still on the team. Let's go play a game in Central City, see what happens. 2-2 the count. Bryce Gamble, as so far, tough outing for Cade Cartwright. And the pitch, right there for strike 3. First out retired by Cartwright. Just needs to put that last deal behind him with Francis leaving the yard and see if he can find a way to start anew, and Josh Meyer will come to the plate. Meyer, a little bit of power in his potential. Josh Meyer came into the weekend. He had only 3 hits on the year, but he has been swinging it well recently. In that Casper series, he had a home run, his second of the year. His 3 hits were all extra base hits. Takes the pitch here, and then Meyer yesterday gets an RBI and 2 runs scored and cracks a double to bring home 2 in his first at-bat today. So despite his 182 batting average, a guy that's swinging it really well this past week. Pitch taken outside for a ball, 2 balls and no strikes on Josh Meyer. He's batting in the 6th spot for this squad out of Holy Family University in Philadelphia, NCAA Division II program. 2-0 pitch on the way. Bouncing ball left side. Bryce Ronkin, the third baseman's got it. A lot of chances for him today, and so far so good for the South Dakota State Jackrabbit. 2 outs in the inning, and David Henry tries to keep it going for the Bison baseball team. 8-3. Bison. Yes, 8-3 Bison. Wow. Been rough, the Sodbusters. Of course, you knew 1st of July, Sodbusters lost 2 dudes. Jack Kruger, Jude Sundquist, and kind of had to have different guys in different roles. New guys coming in and out, because you had plan B with that great Hastings College pitcher who you expected so much out of. He maybe was supposed to be a 30 or 40 inning guy, but has been on the shelf most of the summer. Pitch fouled away, and so having to go to different guys and kind of mixed results.
I was going to say, yeah, Velasquez for sure, and then Nathan Massar, even though he got hurt too. That limited him, and his first outing back, he got knocked around a little bit in Casper with a few runs allowed. So, yeah, it's just really been the lack of pitching that has been the Sodbuster killer as of recent.
Pitch misses for ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike. The guy on the mound today, you mentioned he had a lot of home experience there for a while. He did pitch 1 game out in Casper, went 1 inning on Saturday, allowed a run on 2 hits, struck out 1. Didn't walk anybody, but he hit 2 in that game. 2-1 pitch on the way. Fouled back, 2-2. And part of it, the opponents. I mean, particularly when you're playing a team like Casper, which was just dynamite. I thought the Sodbusters held up pretty well against a team like Spearfish. Spearfish can really swing it, and Sodbusters won 2 out of 3 against Spearfish. Spearfish trying to stay in the hunt for a second half title. They'll have an interesting last week. Probably the toughest schedule of the contenders for that second playoff spot, but you want us to talk about controlling your own destiny. Spearfish, with their win yesterday, goes to 13-5 in second half standings. They're 4 games back of Casper. They play Casper 4 straight games. It's a pop-up, short left field. Josh Printer underneath it to make the catch. So after a walk and a home run, Cartwright settles in, gets a strikeout, a ground out, and a pop-out. 2 runs on 1 hit. We head to the bottom half of the 4th inning. Work to do for the Sodbusters. They trail at 8-3, and this is Sodbuster Baseball.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here. I feel better already.
The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
Dog Roll Patrol provides reliable and professional pet waste management services in the Hastings area. Hire Dog Roll Patrol today and spend more time enjoying your furry friends and less time cleaning up after them. Depending on your location and number of pets, Dog Roll Patrol will work with you to come up with a schedule that best fits your situation. Dog Roll Patrol takes great pride in their work. Family owned and operated out of Hastings. Get a free quote and details on the services at dogrollpatrol.com. Go to the bottom of the fourth inning. The hits are even at 4. The score is not. It's 8-3. The Sodbusters are in the short end. And why, you ask? Well, the Sodbuster pitchers, the first 3 of them have combined. None of them have thrown over half of their pitches for strikes. So the Sodbusters have already walked 8 and hit 1. And Bison's done a good job taking advantage. Meanwhile, Lewis Manning just coming out and putting it over the plate, and that has been good enough for him to build a 5-run advantage. You feel like Sodbusters are not done scoring yet, but a lot of work to do and have to find someone to step up and put some zeros on the board if you're going to have a fighting chance. 7, 8, 9 coming up. Delgado, Borgman, and Beyer for Hastings. They did have a combined 1 hit out of that part of the order the first time through against Lewis Manning. And Manning's given up a lot of runs, a lot of hits this year, but so far so good for him. He's still given up runs, but when his offense has produced 8 so far, a little more forgiving. As Alexiel Delgado flew out to right his first time up. And the pitch. Delgado takes it a little bit high. 1 ball and 1 strike on Alexiel Delgado for the Hastings Sodbusters. Business major at Carolina University. They're a member of the National Christian College Athletic Association. 1-1 pitch taken low for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike on Alexiel Delgado for the Hastings Sodbusters. Really good spring for Alexiel. 336, 3 home runs. Went 0 for 3 yesterday, but scored twice. Takes this one across, 2-2. Sodbusters trying to be patient, trying to work the count as much as they can, but also have to put good swings on it here, and Manning's done a nice job of throwing strikes and making this Hastings team swing. 2-2 delivery. Good pitch there. Delgado goes down on strikes. Big swing, no contact, so 1 out here in inning number 4.
Went with the breaking ball there, and Delgado obviously not looking for that way out in front of it, and this just looks like a completely different team. Obviously, maybe the loss last night or something else is just plaguing the minds of the guys right now who have not been able to get much going.
Hard hit ball off the bat of Borgman, but the third baseman fields it, throws to first in time. Good job there for Ethan Kang to gun down Jack Borgman, and the Sodbusters quickly 2 men out with Tristan Beyer trying to salvage the inning here for Hastings. Sodbusters got 2 in the third, but gave up the 2-run home run in the fourth as Dayton Francis crushed 1 out. The Arkansas Tech Wonder Boy, and got his money's worth that particular swing. Beyer struck out his first time up, the other strikeout victim, and he goes after the first pitch high and tight. We're talking about that A7 Area Legion tournament. Still 4 teams left. The home team, the Wesco squad from Scotts Bluff, still alive. They play Hastings tomorrow. Then the winner of that one, I believe, would get home Federal. And North Platte is in the catbird seat, awaiting the winner. Although they're pop up here for Beyer, and that's going to be caught. 1, 2, 3. The Sodbusters very disappointing here in the 4th inning. No runs on no hits. We head to the 5th. 8-3. Bison. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Hastings Sodbusters baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate woodbat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to HastingsSodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
Head to inning number 5. Sodbusters have some work to do. First things first, like it's 0 on the board, if at all possible. And to take you through this 5th inning, here is Ryan Valenta.
Thank you, Steve. We will look for something on the mound for the Hastings Sodbusters. As we've mentioned, all 3 pitchers have struggled against the Bison offense. Cade Cartwright is back out there for his next inning of work. Came on to start the 4th inning, allowed the 2-run home run after a leadoff walk, but then settled in to retire the next 3 in order. He will go up against 8, 9, and 1. But the Bison finishing up their their 3rd time through the lineup with their 4th leadoff guy set to come up this inning. 8-3 game. These 2 teams will part ways for the final time after tonight's contest. Sodbusters will get on the road and head to Pierre after this. They will go and play 3 games Monday through Wednesday against the Oahe Zap. And then it is the end of the regular season for Hastings. 4 games against the Nebraska Prospects, Thursday through Sunday. Your final chance to come out and see your 2024 Hastings Sodbusters. They're still vying for that second half spot in the Independence League Championship, but if they can't come back tonight, things are looking very, very grim for the guys. Looked so good this early part of the second half, but the magic has seemingly dwindled as of recent. Ground ball in the first pitch from Alec Vinson. Ronkin waits for it, gets the hop he wants, guns it over to first, out number 1. So good start there, and the leadoff man is retired for the first out for Cade Cartwright, who's now set down 4 in a row.
And Ronkin's had a lot of chances over at third. Good to see him kind of lock in. One of the things he wanted to focus on was fielding and throwing, and he's getting those opportunities in this game in particular on an infield that doesn't play true necessarily all the time here at Ryder Park in Grand Island.
So the Sodbusters are 2.5 games behind Spearfish, and with no other action in the Independence League tonight, the Sodbusters will either be 2 or 3 games behind Spearfish after tonight's contest. Joel Beaver rounds out the order in the 9th spot. He pops one in the air. That gets out of play. Quickly, 0-2. And Cartwright has seemed to found a groove. The Arkansas Tech Wonder Boy looking to retire another. Still 4 hits even, and like Steve said, the runs are not even close to even. Beaver goes down. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. 3 pitches. And back to the dugouts. 2 up, 2 down in the inning.
And you mentioned it, ladies and gentlemen, 2 up, 2 down. I'm not going to say it. You know what we're on the verge of? You know what we're on the verge of, Ryan?
Nope.
Okay, just check it.
I think it's just Cartwright doing really good this inning.
All right.
We'll see how this batter goes. Back to the top of the order in Isaiah Brantz. Brant up for the 4th time tonight. 0 for 2, a pop out, a walk, and a ground out for Mr. Brant, who came in 2 tonight. He is hitting .321, one of the best averages on the Bison baseball team. Cartwright's first is a breaking ball that dives off the table for ball 1. 1-0.
There's action in the pen for the Bison, and one of their guys had the ball deflected out into the crowd. So bring in that guy.
Uh-oh. If I'm a fan over in the bleachers over there, I'm moving as far away as possible there. The bullpen there, there's just a chain link fence about 10 feet high separating the bullpen from the bleachers. Over on the home side, the concession stand separates the bleachers and the home bullpen. 2-0, mighty hack and a miss for Isaiah Brandt. 0 for 2 tonight. And in last night's game, he did not play. Mostly new guys for the Bison in this game, but they've got some guys who played last night as well. Cartwright's 2-1. Ground ball foul. Sodbusters a strike away from hanging a 0 here. Their lone 0 was hung on in the third by Michael Hanna, but that was a kind of a labor-filled third inning. Hanna walked 2 and got their other 3 outs, but not without some pitches thrown. 2-2, swung on and miss. Spire has to throw it down and does. There it is, Steve. There's your 1-2-3 inning you were talking about. A couple of punch-outs for Cade Cartwright, and he works a perfect 5th inning. Hopefully that's what the guys need to get back on. They trail it by 5, and we will see what the Sodbusters can do in the 5th after the break.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now.
At Hastings College, we celebrate all the ways you shine. From more than 20 athletic teams to band, choir, theater, and art, plus esports, creative writing, speech, and media. Join in to earn a scholarship and find your people, the friends you'll hang out and have fun with. It's what makes Hastings great. So check out Hastings College, where your experience matters, in the classroom and in the activities you love to do. Visit us at hastings.edu.
Welcome back to Ryder Park at Grand Island, where we are home away from home for the final time this season. Sodbusters playing here for the 2nd year in a row because Hastings Juniors getting to host the A7 Legion tournament. Speaking of them, they are currently in a battle with the top seed Kearney Pinnacle Bank Juniors, and Johnson Imperial getting the worst end of it right now, down 6-0. But Kearney Juniors, they have been money all season. They'd absolutely deserve the number 1 seed. We go to the 5th inning with the Sodbusters coming up. Top of the order, Luke Ray digs in, takes ball 1 up high, showed bunt, but pulled back. Against Lewis Manning, back out there for his 5th inning of work here tonight. And Ray takes one right down the middle for strike 1. Again, Manning just making his 4th appearance so far and has not pitched more than 4 innings yet, but he is 1 out away from doing so. That last came on July 17th, so his last start against Casper, 77 pitches in 4 innings, and tonight 4 innings for Manning and only 68 pitches so far. Breaking ball stays too far inside, and it's 2-1 pitch to Luke Ray. Luke Ray is 0 for 1. Was hit by a pitch and scored the lone 1st inning run for the Sodbusters. High strike for strike 2, and Ray tosses the bat away. He'll have to come back and pick up the lumber. Again, Manning in the high 70s to low 80 range on his velocity. And now works the count full. Luke Ray pops it up. Shallow outfield. Going out is the 2nd baseman, called off by the right fielder, Isaiah Brandt, who makes the catch. For the 1st out of the inning, Ray 0 for 2.
Good battle there, but did not put much of a solid contact on it. Way too many pop-ups and fly balls for the Sodbusters here at Ryder Park in these 2 games.
As the 7th out made in the air for the Sodbusters tonight. Just absolutely stepping away from their regular season approach. Typically a hard line drive ground ball team, and letting perhaps a different venue get to them Ryan Jarvis, the batter, had a double in the third. Takes a strike on the outside part of the plate for strike one, 1-1. Jarvis 1 for 2. In addition to that double, he reached on an error in the first inning. So he's reached base both times. The Macomb, Michigan native takes way outside for ball 2. 2-1. Now Jarvis got some pop in his bat. We've seen a home run over the fence by each side now in the series. Dino Morales yesterday, Dayton Francis for the Bison today. Outside, 3-1. Jarvis in the driver's seat. Jarvis 7 extra base hits, 4 doubles, leads the team with 3 triples, and 23 runs batted in. Only runner he could bat in would be himself this at-bat. Puts it in the air down the left field side. Should be in play. Will there be a play? It's dropped in foul territory by the left fielder, David Henry. He got there on the run and hit off the heel of his glove, and the Sodbusters catch a break.
Came off the bat. I think Henry had a chance. Really good range shown, just could not bring it in, and we'll see if Jarvis can make him pay.
So again, plenty of foul territory as Henry went off your screen there, but flat out dropped it. That should have been an out there, and the Sodbusters will get a swing on the house. Well, Jarvis digs back in against Lewis Manning, who has now completed a season high in outs. Recorded his 13th out just a moment ago. Ground ball foul, and new first base coach down there making the snag. That's Drew Vega getting tonight off, and we saw the current Sodbuster reliever Cade Cartwright doing the first base coaching duties. It's now Drew Vega, the guy, getting a chance to interact with his teammates. 3-2 right back up the middle, and the shortstop will glove and flip over to first. Nice play by Aiden Hall to make the outs on what looked to appear to be perhaps a single.
I had already marked down single. Great range for Aiden Hall. So these guys have got some athletes. Good range for David Henry out and left, and Aiden Hall, tremendous play to throw out Ryan Jarvis, not only to make the stop, but Jarvis runs pretty well, and now the Sodbusters 2 up, 2 down, as they have now had 6 in a row go down against Lewis Manning, the ERA over 11.
Josh Printer takes the pitch right down the middle for strike 1. Josh Printer tonight 0 for 2 technically. Takes down low. His reached base in the 3rd inning was ruled an error on the third baseman when he was trying to pull off some trickery and threw it over late. Printer takes outside corner now for strike 2, 1-2. Printer, a guy who can put one in the outfield if he needs to, and does struggle with the strikeout as well, though. And there it is right there. 3 up, 3 down, 7 straight retired by the Bison, and this game is completely in the favor of the visitors, and the home team is looking for answers. 8-3, the Bison lead it. We go to the 6th inning on Sodbuster Baseball.
Core CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook. We go to the 6th inning where Cade Cartwright back out on the mound. He's been kind of a bright spot as of recent. Cartwright threw that 1-2-3 inning in the 5th and has now retired 6 straight, like the Bison starter who's retired 7 straight. So pitching now making an emergence here in this slugfest, which was started on here, and if you can even call it a slugfest, just interesting ball game here, and Steve Stein will take you through the next couple.
How about a walk fest? We've seen a combined 8 hits, 4 on each team. But the difference in this one, the Sodbuster pitchers have walked 8, and meanwhile, the starter, Manning, has not walked a man, and that is your stat of the game to this point. The Sodbusters down by 5, trying to get another solid inning from Cartwright, who threw only 9 pitches, striking out 2 in the process. Hard hit ball, and Ronkin right there. He has been solid at third base here today as Ethan Kang hit it right on the button, but throw strikes, good things happen, and 7 in a row set down now by Cade Cartwright.
Super disappointing for Kang. You can't square a ball up harder, much harder than that, and of course, it finds a guy 91 off the bat. There, and frustrating.
Aiden Hall will step to the plate now, 0 for 2 with the run scored. He walked to lead off that 4th inning in front of the 2-run blast from Dayton Francis. As you saw Cartwright to give up a walk and a home run, you're thinking how long is he going to last, but hasn't allowed a base runner since. And that's so much of baseball, because you're going to give up some things that don't go your way, and Cartwright's done a great job locking in since. Throws an 0-1 pitch that misses, 1 ball and 1 strike on Aiden Hall for the Bison, coming in at 2-13. They beat Spearfish for their only other win before yesterday's come-from-behind victory over the Hastings Sodbusters. 1-1 pitch, low and away, 2-1 the count. They had played pretty well at Casper after they had just given up bunches of runs against Spearfish in particular during their short summer season, but to hold Casper to 6 runs in back-to-back days gave them hope coming to Grand Island, and able to get late offense to win it 10-8. Pitch fouled away, and another one catches the mask of the home plate umpire. As we see a walkout for the Hastings catcher, Tristan Byer, to give that home plate umpire a little more of an opportunity to shake the cobwebs out. Brandon Moore, Chris Sintek, umpiring today's game here at Ryder Park in Grand Island. Sodbusters, one way or the other, will not have any time to dwell on this one. They will be in Pierre to take on Oahe for a 3-game series, and then come back home to play the Prospects. 8 games in 8 days for the Sodbusters, including today. Meanwhile, Spearfish and Fremont, both with the day off, they'll have 7 games without a break starting tomorrow. Line drive base hits, so the streak of consecutive outs is over, and Aiden Hall aboard for the second time. A 1-out single for Hall. He's aboard for Dayton Francis. Didn't want to see that happen as Francis crushed 1 out his last time up.
Hard hit ball for Hall, and really got the good part of that baseball, but credits center fielder Alexiel Delgado for cutting it off quickly, which could have been a double if they don't read that ball well.
Dayton Francis, 2 for 2, 2 runs scored, 2 runs knocked in. Pitch is low, and Byer couldn't keep it in front, so now into scoring position goes Aiden Hall as the Bison, looking for insurance, already leading at 8-5. They have out-hit the Sodbusters 5-4 in what has been an extremely disappointing game to this point for Hastings after, I want to call it a devastating loss, but it would certainly be devastating if 1 loss turns into 2 here and a sweep at the hands of the Bison. 1-0 delivery on the way. Hard hit ball to center field. Alexiel Delgado will have this one measured up. And 2 solid outs to go along with a solid single as Cade Cartwright is living on the edge here, and Bryce Gamble will try to keep the inning going for the Bison.
Like you said, it's really hard hit there, and Delgado right there to snag it there.
As new man coming in, we will see number 22 come to the plate, and this will be Jackson Takahashi. He was the winning pitcher yesterday. Went 2 innings, 2 runs allowed on 2 hits. A two-way player, and he's batting 100 on the year. Takahashi, 2 for 20. An RBI, 3 runs scored. He has walked a team best 7 times, so you better bring it over the plate. The pitch. Low, good stop there for Byer. 1-0 the count. And they perhaps doing that because their designated hitter, that wouldn't work. I was going to say, I thought maybe they would bring in their DH to pitch, but If they're taking him out here, they could not do that in this particular league. As Cartwright's out of the stretch. Brings home the pitch. Big swing, no contact. Takahashi getting his opportunity. There was right-handed action earlier, but why would they be warming anybody now the way Lewis Manning has been going? As he has set down 7 in a row, worked his way through his 5th and process of his longest outing of the year. His best outing of the year by far. Sodbusters, when you look at the pitching matchup, thought, well, it's going to be a bullpen game, but you feel like you're going to be able to get enough runs to hang in there regardless. It just has not happened, as Hastings has only 3 runs on 4 hits and has not scored since the 3rd. Find themselves in an 8-3 hole as we are now in the top of the 6th inning. Cartwright out of the stretch, and the pitch. Swing and a miss. 2-2 now on Takahashi. Trying to keep this inning going for Bison baseball. He's from Sacramento City College. That is the place that Kyle Hiltbrand is going to be attending in the fall. Kyle making that decision a little bit earlier this summer. One of the returnees for the Hastings Sodbusters, California guy. And going to be a little closer to home. It's still a long drive out in California. Batter steps out just as Cartwright got in the lineup. Hiltbrand was in Oregon, but it's still 4 hours from Sacramento to his hometown in California. So you can drive, kind of like Texas, you can drive a long way in California and still be in California.
Unfortunate for Kyle, too. He's just going to be a spectator for the rest of the season. He fouled the ball off his foot the other night and ended up fracturing it, so he is out for the season.
2-2 pitch called, strike 3. Good job. Back-to-back zeros put up by Cade Cartwright. Works through a tough part of the order, allows a 1-out single, but nothing more, and we head to the bottom of the 6th. See if the offense can come to life. 8-3 Bison. This is Sodbuster Baseball. Sodbuster Baseball is sponsored by Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC. It's one of the many ways Jerry and Greg Spady, along with their families and employees, have proudly embraced a passion for giving back to the community. The folks at Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC realize the importance of enriching and improving the lives of their neighbors. They've accomplished this through philanthropy and active personal involvement. Featuring the top new and used inventory in the region and a certified service department, Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC, 2750 Osborne Drive East in Hastings, or at spady.com. Make your next pit stop at the Coach's Corner, a friendly staff and a deep lineup of snacks. You can find Coach's Corner in North Hastings on Osborne Drive East. More than just a gas station, Coach's Corner is the place to get delicious pizza made fresh for you and your family. Don't take our word for it. It's so good it'll be featured at selected Sodbuster home games this season. For a convenient and clean experience, be sure to check out the new convenience store in North Hastings, Coach's Corner. Sodbuster Baseball is Hastings trying to find the measure of Lewis Manning. He'll have Jensen, Morales, and Ronkin up. Jensen knocked in a run back in the first inning.
Leading off the 6th.
He scored a run in the 3rd. 0 for 2 on the day for Cale Jensen for the Hastings Sodbusters. Cale switching over to number 10 late in the year. Left-handed hitter, 1 for 5, a run batted in yesterday, had a first inning RBI, and nothing after that, although he had a rocket shot in the 9th that was caught. Takes a pitch outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Sodbusters just needing base runners against Lewis Manning, and one of the key stats of this game, Manning 0 walks on the day. Jensen hits this one pretty hard to right center field, carrying well, and it is going to be off the fence. As Cale Jensen around first, and on his way to second, a leadoff double for the Central City product, Cale Jensen, and maybe that gets the offense going.
Well, there you go. Jensen showing off his power there and kind of going straight away to center field. Usually a right center to right field type of guy, and that was a loud sound off of it. The Sodbusters have not hit Lewis Manning hard really at all, whether they've gotten base hits or been out. So, like you said, Steve, hopefully that is a spark there, and hits back even at 5 apiece, but it's still a 5-run lead for the Bison.
And stepping in will be Dino Morales. Morales has a big hit in the game, a 2-run double back in the third inning. The last time the Sodbusters had any kind of offense, that was the last hit for Hastings, who officially now has 4 hits in the game. Scoreboard shows 5, but 4 hits according to Game Changers. The pitch is taken upstairs for a ball. Dino Morales, 1 for 2. That 2-run double for Dino, who had the 2-run home run, who at the time felt pretty good. Sodbusters added a couple of insurance runs, led it 7-4, but then lost the game 10-8. Pitch taken upstairs. Dino trying to be patient here, and again, you just need base runners. Don't have to be fancy about it. If Manning does lose his control, he's been darn good in this one so far. Certainly his best outing of the season by far, and one of the best starts for the Bison, period. 2-0 delivery on the way. Right across for strike, 2-1. This Bison baseball team has given up a lot of runs. Their opener they had a chance to win, lost that to Oahe 4-3. Had a 10-9 loss to Oahe back on July 12th. So had a couple of other close calls. Their only win coming in a slugfest against Spearfish 11-8 on July 13th. Pitch popped up. Morales will not be happy with that. That's behind, over by the shortstop, out in short left field, and no problem there. Another fly ball out, and there's 1 on and 1 out. Unproductive at bat there. Couldn't advance the runner, and Bryce Ronkin will come to the plate. It's Dino Morales muttering something to himself as he ran up the first base line.
Now at the plate,
Bryce Ronkin coming to the plate. He's 0 for 2 with 1 for 1 yesterday in his only plate appearance. The South Dakota State guy for this Hastings Sodbuster squad. Battled through a hamstring injury late in the spring and just now coming back into form. A lot of chances defensively today at that third base spot. 1-0 the count on Bryce Ronkin. 1 on, 1 out. Sodbusters down by 5 here in the 6th. Just like to get a couple back and come from behind in the final third of this one. As the pitch misses for ball 2. 2-0 the count. Trying to at least work the pitch count and get to the bullpen, which has struggled for the course of the year for this Bison squad. They do have a right-hander getting warm behind Manning, who is now over 90 pitches on the day. And a balk has been called. Manning looked back and will be called for the balk. Not exactly sure what he did. It didn't really seem like he made any unusual moves, but now there's a runner at third with less than 2 outs, so now just get him home any way you can if you're Bryce Ronkin. So Sodbusters catch a break. Now Manning with the runner at third. It looks like he may go back to the wind here. Much more comfortable there. Ronkin takes it the other way, and 2-1 the count on Bryce Ronkin. A ground out to the first baseman, a ground out to the second baseman. You take either one of those things right now to score that run from third. As Bison doing what they should do, playing the infield back, they will certainly concede the run to get an out right here. Ronkin pops it up down the third base line, but foul. And now it's 2-2.
Definitely going to say it could definitely change the approach for Bryce Ronkin to, like you said, just either put a ground ball to an infielder and not trying to find a gap here, and pretty much anything could bring home a run.
2-2 delivery. Stays high, trying to drop it in there at the high part of the strike zone. 3-2 now on Bryce Ronkin. His hometown, Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Goes to South Dakota State. 3-2 pitch on the way. Takes it the other way. Pretty well hit to left field. Going back, making the grab. That will be David Henry. Plenty deep enough to score the run, and Ronkin does the job with a sacrifice fly to left, and Hastings is back to within 4 at 8-4.
Get a run home, but also a costly, precious second out. You'd love to keep the line moving there, but got to reignite the spark here. Still down, and Bison still has half the lead.
Number 13.
Alexiel Delgado, 0 for 2, a fly out and a strikeout. His first 2 plate appearances is the bottom of the order. Well, really no part of the order has done well. Bottom 3 in the order, a combined 1 for 6. As the Sodbusters have just 4 hits on the day and now 4 runs against the guy who came in with not great pitching numbers, but Lewis Manning getting it turned around today. Ahead in the count here to Delgado. And Delgado went after one, probably out of the zone, pops it softly into the air, and the shortstop is there to make the play. So after the leadoff double, three straight are retired, but Hastings does get a run on the board. 1 run on 1 hit as we head to the 7th. The Bison 8, Hastings 4. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. Now, my job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here. I feel better already.
The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
Dog Roll Patrol provides reliable and professional pet waste management services in the Hastings area. Hire Dog Roll Patrol today and spend more time enjoying your furry friends and less time cleaning up after them. Depending on your location and number of pets, Dog Roll Patrol will work with you to come up with a schedule that best fits your situation. Dog Roll Patrol takes great pride in their work. Family owned and operated out of Hastings. Get a free quote and details on the services at dogrollpatrol.com. Hastings Sodbuster Baseball as we head to top half of the 7th inning, and Hastings will go to the bullpen again as we get an opportunity to see the 4th pitcher of the day. It's Creighton Jacobitz. Jacobitz has really been good out of the bullpen. He's from Adams Central, goes to Cloud County Community College. Wanted the opportunity to get some innings, and he's certainly done that for this Hastings squad, making his 15th appearance. He's 1-0 with 4 saves, a 3.86 ERA in 28 innings. He's allowed 13 runs, 12 of those earned. He's allowed 21 hits, struck out 30 and walked 14, and has really been rolling as of late against Fremont Wednesday, picking up the win with a couple of innings of relief work, 2 runs, 1 earned, 3 hits, a strikeout, and a walk for Creighton Jacobitz.
Definitely the guy who, since dubbed Mr. Tungsten Arm, just does not seem to get tired, and specifically just because of that smooth left-handed delivery. He may look like he maybe doesn't throw it that hard, but the velocity is there, and a very easy delivery from the southpaw, and going to be tied now for Braden Cork for most appearances on the team this summer with 15, so that left arm has really gotten some action like he was hoping for this summer.
A little honorable mention for Cade Cartwright. Remember, he gave up a walk and a home run his first 2 batters, but only allowed 1 hit after that. Works 3 innings, trying to settle this game down a little bit. Struck out 4 and only walked 1, so good job for him to walk the first guy he faced and never walked another. If he could have had that do-over on the first 2, we'd be talking about a tremendous relief outing and only a 2-run game. But as it stands, it is 8-4, still some work to do, and very important for Jacobitz to put some zeros on the board. His first pitch swinging Josh Meyer and fouls it straight back. No balls and a strike on Meyer. Had a big 2-run double back in the first as the Bison put a 4 spot on the board to take the wind out of the Sodbusters' sails right away. Added 2 in the second, and it's been uphill all the way for this Hastings squad. His pitch misses, but 1 ball and 1 strike on Josh Myers. 1 for 3 with that aforementioned 2-run double for him. For the Bison baseball squad, pitch taken outside, 2-1. Good snag there for Tristan Byers. The Sodbusters going a little deeper in the catching crew. Got still Yamato Sato on the roster, Fred Bond, and now Byer joining the team as the pitch fouled away, 2-2. Another Northeast Hawk who is from North Platte. 2-2 to the first man. That's Creighton Jacobitz gets an opportunity to face. The big left-hander from Adams Central High School brings it home. Beauty. Curveball. Nothing Meyer could do about that. He becomes the first strikeout victim of Creighton Jacobitz.
Creighton pretty much going strictly fastball there with maybe one exception there, and that one starts up way high and away out of the zone and drops down for a beauty.
Here's David Henry stepping in, 1 for 3, an infield single, a run batted in. It says since struck out and popped up. Jacobitz brings the pitch home and finds the bottom of the zone with that one. No balls and a strike. Creighton Jacobitz at Cloud County, an accounting major, ag business minor. At some point in his future wants to be a commodity trader. Pretty cool deal. 0-1 pitch taken away outside. And 1 ball and 1 strike to count on David Henry. 8-4, Bison on top. Still some time. You just feel like Hastings is not done scoring yet. There is opportunities, and they probably will get to the bullpen. Lewis Manning finished up 98 pitches, and they had action behind him. I'm almost thinking that they'll probably go to the bullpen next inning. And say this Bison baseball team has given up a lot of runs. Sodbuster's still a chance. Big swing on one that was out of the zone there for David Henry. It's 1-2. David Henry out of American River College. That's a junior college in Sacramento. 1-2 delivery. Taken low and outside. Now 2-2 on Henry. Good job for Cartwright to kind of settle the ship after a tough go for both Coughlin and Hanna for the Hastings Sodbusters. Too many walks. 2-2 pitch. High and outside. 3-2. Cartwright walked the first man he faced, and he thought, oh boy. Then he gave up a 2-run home run. He really thought, oh boy. And then Cartwright would kind of mow him down over the next 3 innings. Gave up some hard hit balls in the 6th, but just a 1-out single and no runs across as he was able to put zeros on the board in the 5th and 6th. Jacobitz able to get Henry to chase one out of the zone, and back-to-back strikeouts for Creighton Jacobitz in what has started to be another solid relief outing for the big left-hander.
Yeah, and hopefully this is just the momentum the guys need. And like you said, Steve, I agree. Definitely Bison probably have to go to their bullpen the next inning. And we saw a lot of soft-throwing guys out there last night. No reason to believe that the Sodbusters will have a good advantage in the matchup with their bullpen guy they face.
Big swing, no contact here on the off-speeder from Creighton Jacobitz. Alec Vincent, 0 for 2, does have a walk to his credit. One of the 8 guys walked by Sodbuster pitchers today. Whew, a lot of movement on that curveball, and it's quickly 2 strikes. And trying for a 1-2-3 inning, Creighton Jacobitz just seems more and more comfortable on the mound, doesn't seem to have anything faze him, and just the kind of attitude you want from whether he is a starter or a reliever. And this one, a lot of movement again, and fortunate to fight it off is Alec Vincent. Kind of what is becoming vintage Creighton Jacobitz when we have seen him in Hastings this year. And he's been pretty solid on the road as well for this Hastings Sodbuster team. One of the more reliable arms out of the pen. Really, Hastings a good number of left-handed relievers this year. Didn't have that last year. 0-2 pitch, tried to find the outside corner and just misses 1-2. Too close to take for Alec Vincent, and he'll be back in there again. As Vincent steps in the right-handed box, Jacobitz all ready to go as he looks in at his catcher, Tristan Beaver, and brings it in, and the pitch swung on and missed at one of the dirt. Byer picks it up, throws to first to complete the strikeout. 1-2-3 for Creighton Jacobitz. Now, can the offense find the mojo? We'll find out. It is 8-4 Bison. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Hastings Sodbusters baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate wood bat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to HastingsSodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
The Sodbusters may not be able to knock him out, but the pitch count is going to at some point. Lewis Manning will come out, and I suppose if you are the coaches for the Bison baseball team, Jason Adversello and Tim Yules, you see a guy out there putting up zeros and doing the way he's done when your team has given up a lot of runs. You are going to let him get his 110 pitches in, and apparently that's what's going to happen with Lewis. 98 pitches coming to this frame, trying to finish the 7th, and hats off to him. He has done the job and gives his team a chance to win.
Yeah, at none least, see at least 12 pitches this inning, guys. Get this guy out of here, and hopefully you can pick on that Bison bullpen, we told you 7.66 ERA as a team coming into tonight's game, and opponents hitting .333 against the Bison. The Sodbusters have done nothing near that mark tonight, only 4 runs on 4 hits. It has been a nightmare that is going to hurt the Sodbusters very badly if they cannot find the comeback tonight.
Sodbusters hitting .271 at home, only .231 on the road, but had that big road trip where they swung it really well at Casper to actually raise their road batting average, and really haven't gotten it going at home a great deal, as they were out hit yesterday. Jack Borgman at the plate takes the ball. Had a pretty good hitting game when they blew out Fremont 14-4 to clinch that series win. 1-0 delivery, and this one is hit hard, but foul down the third base line. Danny Weiser trying to point it fair, but a good call there. 1-1 on Jack Borgman, who had a single in his first at-bat. Coming back for the Sodbusters, he's a guy who has had better success at home than on the road. Of course, this his first appearance at Ryder Park in Grand Island, but .318 at Duncan Field, and just an overall batting average of .214 coming into today. And now see Danny Weiser come down and pick up the ball, which had bounced away. 2-1 the count on Jack Borgman for the Hastings Sodbusters. Good to see another one from the former Cornhusker League player, Norfolk, and Northeast Community College is now home college. But he's probably seen a few games here at Ryder Park as an opponent of the Grand Island teams, and certainly playing in Hastings against 5 Points Bank seniors during his high school days. 2-2 the count now on Jack Borgman, and the pitch is taken outside 3-2. You mentioned working the counts, as we've seen Manning now up near 100 pitches. You've got the 110 max here in the Independence League. But very quality start for Lewis Manning. Congratulations to him. Hard hit ball right back up the middle, so Borgman really good at bat. Saw 5 pitches and then gets a leadoff single, as the Sodbusters will have Tristan Byer perhaps here for Hastings.
Put it right back where it came from. Borgman gets the party started here, and Lewis Manning approaching that 110 pitch range, and could even get him out of the game here if you can see a few more pitches. Or a long count, rather.
And Byer with a strikeout his first time up, popped up back in the 4th. We're now in the 7th. Sodbusters running out of outs, down by 4 in a critically important game, with the 2 teams in front of you battling for that second playoff spot. Both idly had a chance to pick up a half game, and this would be as painful as last night when you had a chance to at least stay with them. Byer bunting here. Pretty good one on the third base side. Tough play. Throw to first in time. Bare hand for Ethan Kang to gun down Byer. That'll get Borgman to second with only 1 man out in the top of the order coming up. 5-3 on the sacrifice. And Ray, Jarvis, and Printer see if they can get a crooked number on the board here for the Hastings Sodbusters.
Picture perfect there. Get the bunt down. Sodbusters have struggled with getting the bunt down this season, but doesn't get any better than that.
The Bison have struggled a bit with some of their infield play, so I thought maybe putting it in play would give your team a pretty good chance, but their third baseman did a nice job. Bouncing ball could be a tough play. The shortstop makes the backhand stop. Throw to first in time. They'll try to go second to third on the play and get that done. But well played there by Aiden Hall, as Hall has showed good range both sides. Guns down Luke Ray, and now it'll be up to Ryan Jarvis to at least get a run home here in this 7th inning.
Good base running by Borgman. A risky play there. Your run does not mean anything at the moment. You want to stay put and let the guys drive you home, but with that extra 6'5" frame, he's got a few extra inches to dive in just ahead of the tag there.
As the right-handed pitcher, Manning, trying to work his way through this 7th inning. What a quality starts for this Bison baseball squad, as they are looking for some solid pitching and getting it today, and their early offense giving them the opportunity to leave Manning out there. Pitch is taken outside, and he pretty well rolled through the middle innings, sat down the last man he faced in the 3rd, then back-to-back 1, 2, 3 innings in the 4th and 5th. Gave off a leadoff double in the 6th. Sodbusters would get a run, but then he set down the next 3. A leadoff single this frame. But back-to-back groundouts, and the Sodbusters are on the verge of squandering the leadoff single. The sacrifice bunt and then the ground out, I should say. Ryan Jarvis has the count his way for the Hastings Sodbusters. You need base runners. I'd like that run home from third, but wouldn't mind seeing a take here and see what Printer can get done, because, like I say, it's just almost on the verge of getting to that bullpen. Here's the pitch. Strike one. The early swing from Beyer allowing Manning to pitch to another guy. He came into this frame, 98 pitches thrown. Your max is 110. Now, you can finish the batter you're on, so you could technically go a few pitches over 110. But got to be getting close here. Pitch fouled away. Yeah, you really had the two quick at-bats because Beyer laid down the bunt on the 1-0, and then Ray was swinging at the first pitch. Jarvis is working the count here. Has 3-1 the count on him. And Lewis Manning, atop the hill, winds and delivers. Low for a ball. Sodbusters 2 base runners here in the 7th. Can they get him home with a big 2-out hit? Josh Printer will try to get it done. And that is going to do it. Pitching change, and goodbye, good riddance to Lewis Manning, and congratulations. Good outing for him as he's able to get his team with an opportunity to win it in the final couple innings, and we'll see what happens after this pitching change. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot, and sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back, or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now.
At Hastings College, we celebrate all the ways you shine. From more than 20 athletic teams to band, choir, theater, and art, plus esports, creative writing, speech, and media. Join in to earn a scholarship and find your people, the friends you'll hang out and have fun with. It's what makes Hastings great. So check out Hastings College, where your experience matters, in the classroom and in the activities you love to do. Visit us at hastings.edu.
At long last, the bullpen comes into the play for the Bison here in the 7th inning with 2 on and 2 out and a big spot for Mason Daniels out of California Miramar University, Division II school. And it is Mason Daniels for the 4th time this year in 3 1/3 innings, allowing 12 runs, 11 of them earned, 5 hits, 1 strikeout, 13 walks. Boys, be patient. Mason Daniels comes in with a 23.0 ERA and no record.
And that goes along with 7 wild pitches, too. And that very first outing on July 5th against Oahe was really the one that had a lot of those runs as well. 6 batters Mason Daniels faced, did not retire any of them, allowed 6 runs, 4 walks, and had 5 wild pitches in that outing alone. But his latest outing against Spearfish, a little bit better, just 1 run and 2 walks.
Runner goes, pitch taken, a bluff thrown, the throw back to third, it's thrown away! Sodbusters will have Borgman get up, they'll get a run home here as the Sodbusters able to score on the throwing error from the catcher Alec Vincent. So the Sodbusters will take it. Every little bit helps. Now they have a runner at third with 2 outs. Josh Printer trying to come through and bring another one. It was a bluff throw from the catcher Vincent, trying to get Borgman to come too far off of third. Almost did it. It would have been an interesting play had it been made down at third. And now Ryan Jarvis at third, and the pitch misses outside. Sodbusters trying to find a way to draw closure. Get a couple here, you feel like a pretty good chance in the final 2 frames. And the pitch spiked in. Sodbusters will get another run home. It's a wild pitch. Ryan Jarvis scores. So the Sodbusters with a single and a walk in the inning. They will take 2 runs, and they will get it back to a 2-run game at 8-6 with 2 outs here in the 7th.
Did I mention this guy's throwing a few wild pitches this season? There's another one there, and man, this is this seems like the Sodbusters should be down way more, but this is, just 2-run ball game now.
And a 4-pitch walk as here comes Josh Printer. And Sodbusters, Printer rounds first. That the catcher just kind of strolls over there, but Printer will not have a chance to advance any farther than first. So Josh Printer at first, and here's Cale Jensen. If he finds a gap, we'd have a 1-run game here in the 7th, just like we thought. Come right down the wire.
This was calculated, absolutely. We were just pranking you all along. Here comes the Sodbusters about to score 10 runs in the inning here.
One never knows. There's already left-handed action as a visit to the mound coming here for the Bison, as it looks like there. I think it's our assistant coach coming out to talk, Tim Ewells.
They look the same, don't they?
Yeah, they
literally the only way you can tell them is the color of the beard.
Yep.
Ewell's got the orangish colored and Adversello with the white colored beard there, but you could almost argue those two look like brothers or at least cousins.
Yep. And both of those guys coach at the same place, Liberty Ranch High School in Gold, California. What a neat experience. Got a good chance. Let's go coach some college guys in the summer and have a good time. No pressure situation. You just come out and have a good time. And they were certainly having fun last night in that come-from-behind win of the Sodbusters. And for most of this game, it has been pretty fun for Bison baseball. Off to a 6-1 lead. Sodbusters got it back to 6-3, but the Bison took an 8-3 lead, and now the Sodbusters have battled back with 3 straight, 1 in the 6th, 2 in the 7th, and not done yet. So they get 2 2-out runs here in the inning, and trying for another, Josh Printer. We'll see if they turn him loose. Pretty good stolen base candidate. But you don't want to give up an out when a guy is not finding the strike zone with a whole lot of consistency at this point for Mason Daniels.
Probably the reason for the early mound visit there, just trying to settle some nerves. Daniels was getting ready on multiple occasions in innings before, so that could play a part in maybe his wildness.
High the first time, low the second time. This will allow Josh Printer to go. That was in the dirt, so wild pitch will put the man in scoring position at second, as the Sodbusters will have an opportunity to get the run home from second. Now any old single to the outfield, and Cale Jensen has himself a run batted in. As the right-handed pitcher will throw here, Mason Daniels. Runner goes from second. The throw down is low and into left field. Printer is going to come home. The second error of the inning. And ladies and gentlemen, it's a 1-run game. Walk, wild pitch, stolen base, error, and the Hastings Sodbusters are within a run at 8-7.
That's tough to swallow for Alec Vincent, who got bumped into a little bit by Josh Printer coming home, who he took exception to that. And Printer's trying to say, well, you're standing right in the baseline. Get out of the way, buddy.
So Daniels has thrown 7 pitches and puts this one by, and he's now thrown 8 pitches and not thrown a strike yet. So Jensen aboard, back-to-back walks. And here come the Sodbusters now with the tying run at the plate, and we will see a pitching change. So Mason Daniels not the answer. Another pitcher will come in for the Bison here in the 7th. Don't go anywhere. It's 8-7, and this is Sodbuster Baseball.
Core CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook.
High drama here at Ryder Park. The Hastings Sodbusters are within a run. It is 8-7. Lewis Manning, working 6 2/3 innings, walked only 1. The guy who comes in after him walks the first 2 he faces, and he is taken out. And that will bring in Tim Dixon. Dixon out of North Central University in Minneapolis, Minnesota, an NCAA Division III school, 0-2, a 9.33 ERA, making his 4th appearance in 12 innings, 23 runs allowed, 16 earned, 25 hits, 9 strikeouts, 8 walks. It's a fairly thin pitching staff for the Bison, and the Sodbusters are trying to take full advantage. 3 home in the inning, and your tying run is now at first with 2 outs, and the Hastings Sodbusters trying to battle all the way back here in the 7th inning.
Did not think we'd be talking about this, Steve. I'll be completely honest with you, and also unless there's another left-handed pitcher, Tim Dixon, around in the Independence League. He was with the Oahe Zap last year, making the transition over to the Bison, and he saw some action against the Sodbusters last year, so perhaps he may be a little familiar with this team. They're going to walk Dino?
That is fascinating. Here you walk
to get the tying run into scoring position?
Fascinating.
Wow.
And Dino hit it out yesterday, but now you're giving. Do they know how good Bryce Ronkin is? So, I mean, that's
make him pay here. That's all I can say.
If you're Bryce Ronkin, you got to be loving this.
Yes.
So, intentional walk to Dino Morales. By the way, that is the 4th straight walk issued. They had the walk to end the day with Ryan Jarvis. And then Josh Printer walks, Cale Jensen walks, and now an intentional walk to Dino Morales. And high drama here in the bottom of the 7th inning. The tying run is at second. The go-ahead run is at first. And here's Bryce Ronkin. I bet not too many guys walk people to get to Bryce Ronkin. He hits it on the ground to the right side. The second baseman's got it. Throws to first. Bang, bang play, but Ronkin is out. And hats off to the Bison baseball team. They roll the dice, get it done, but the Sodbusters come up with 3 runs on 1 hit, 4 walks in the inning, and it's anybody's ball game as we head to the latter innings. 8-7. Bison on top. This is Sodbuster Baseball. Sodbuster Baseball is sponsored by Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC. It's one of the many ways Jerry and Greg Spady, along with their families and employees, have proudly embraced a passion for giving back to the community. The folks at Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC realize the importance of enriching and improving the lives of their neighbors. They've accomplished this through philanthropy and active personal involvement. Featuring the top new and used inventory in the region and a certified service department, Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC, 2750 Osborne Drive East in Hastings, or at spady.com. Make your next pit stop at the Coach's Corner. A friendly staff and a deep lineup of snacks. You can find Coach's Corner in North Hastings on Osborne Drive East. More than just a gas station, Coach's Corner is the place to get delicious pizza made fresh for you and your family. Don't take our word for it. It's so good it'll be featured at selected Sodbuster home games this season. For a convenient and clean experience, be sure to check out the new convenience store in North Hastings, Coach's Corner. Head to the 8th inning, and the Sodbusters, probably with more momentum than they'd had at any time of the game, scoring the last 4, and they've got it back to a 1-run game and got a pretty good dude on the mound here to try to put up another zeros. Creighton Jacobitz struck out the side in the 7th. We'll take it home with a Sodbuster win, and Ryan Valenta will do the honors.
Manifesting a win right now here, as we will have 2 innings left to accomplish that. Sodbusters have 2 at-bats at least left. Of course, they could make things interesting. They are well within the Bison bullpen, which they have a herd of throwers in their bullpen right now. They are packing that thing full with potential relievers coming in for the last few innings. Creighton Jacobitz back to his strike ways, pumping it across to Joel Beaver. His 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts and a walk. Goes after one in the dirt and misses. It's 0-2. Jacobitz cruised along in the 7th inning, struck out the side in order. Beaver fouls it out of play to stay alive, and Beaver, one of the guys, a very lightweight guy. Not too tall and pretty skinny as well. Can't really tell by in your screen. Almost looks like this is a guy that's maybe just starting his freshman year of high school. 0-2 misses outside, and the fastball with some movement on it. Jacobitz has got a moving fastball, not a traditional four-seam fastball that he throws. 1-2 breaking ball, and somehow Beaver gets a piece of it to stay alive. Sodbusters on their fourth pitcher tonight in Jacobitz. Max Coughlin started, but only recorded 4 outs as he struggled through an inning and a third and was limited on his pitches. 1-2, Beaver again gets a piece to stay alive. Coughlin's final line, 3 hits, 5 runs, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts. Michael Hanna in relief, an inning and 2/3, no hits, 1 run, 4 walks, and 3 strikeouts, but the walks have really been put to rest as of recently. Strike 3 called. Beaver can't pull the trigger on the outside fastball. 4 consecutive strikeouts for Creighton Jacobitz. And how about the turn of the tides here? For times when the Sodbusters seemed like they had nothing going for them. If you've got the Guitar Hero multiplayer meter on, the dial shifted all the way to the Sodbusters. They're jamming along right now.
Jacobitz, just great to see his total command. Your defense looks pretty good when you're striking everybody out.
Back to the top of the order now, Isaiah Brandt for his 5th time up. He's been a strikeout victim once. Love to offer that. Again, if Creighton can put it in there. It was something soft off speed outside for ball 1. Jacobitz 4 outs, 4 punch outs now. Isaiah Brandt's 0 for 3 tonight. Low, it's 2-0. Brandt pop out, ground out, and strikeout in addition to a walk. From the windup on the 2-0. Cracked into left field. It will fall just in front of the left fielder, Ryan Jarvis, for a hit. And that breaks a streak of 6 straight retired by Sodbuster pitching and 5 consecutive strikeouts for Bison hitters.
What, you mean Jacobitz can't strike everybody out? What's the deal? And you look at it's a weird pitching line. We talked about the 8 walks, but now Sodbuster pitchers have struck out 13. You're going to win a lot of games. You're going to dominate a lot of teams when you strike out 13. But yes, Hastings down 8-7 late.
8 walks, 3 wild pitches, and a hit batter. Just the early walks. Bison able to get all 8 of those runs in the first 4 innings. Strike on the lower outside corner is called to Ethan Kang. The Bison have been denied in the scoring column for the past 3 innings. 5th, 6th, and 7th innings. The 0-1 from Jacobitz. Blew it right by him. Strike 2. Creighton's velocity sitting in the lower 80s, about the 81 to 82 range. And doesn't show any sign of slowing down yet. The 0-2 pitch to Ethan Kang. Popped up. Could be a play in foul territory. It will be playable for Jack Borgman, who puts the squeeze on it for outs number 2.
Another good pitching combo for Creighton Jacobitz, trying to put a 0 on the board and get the offense right back to it after Hastings scored 3 in the bottom of the 7th.
That would be the biggest factor there. Put the pressure on the Bison. Yes, the Bison still have a lead, but get that reeling pitching staff right back out there. We'll see who they go with for the 8th inning. Tim Dixon came on and threw just 1 pitch to record the final out of the inning. The 2 outs, first strike pitch is called a strike on the inside corner on the curveball to Aiden Hall.
And Dixon with that weird pitching stat, 1 pitch, 1 out, but a walk, as it was an intentional walk. He didn't have to throw a pitch.
The 0-1 runner on the move, but it's fouled out of play. And Brandt got all the way to second base, he'll have a long trot back. Aiden Hall, the man at the plates, 1 of the 6 hits for the Bison. That came in his last at-bat in the 6th inning. Before that, 0 for 2 with a walk. Has also struck out one of those 13 times tonight. Creighton ahead, 0-2. Soft grounder to Luke Ray at second base. He will gobble it up and step on the bag himself. Creighton Jacobitz looking very, very good in his 2 innings of work. 2 scoreless innings. Now the Sodbusters need just 1 run to tie this baby up. Something we didn't think we'd be saying, down 8-3 at one point. And 6 outs to do so. We'll be right back on Sodbuster Baseball.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here. I feel better already.
The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
Dog Roll Patrol provides reliable and professional pet waste management services in the Hastings area. Hire Dog Roll Patrol today and spend more time enjoying your furry friends and less time cleaning up after them. Depending on your location and number of pets, Dog Roll Patrol will work with you to come up with a schedule that best fits your situation. Dog Roll Patrol takes great pride in their work. Family owned and operated out of Hastings. Get a free quote and details on the services at dogrollpatrol.com.
We go to the bottom of the 8th inning with the Sodbusters looking for one run here. 9-inning contest. They've got the time to do it, and they will do so. And in their order coming up for the Sodbusters, they will have 7, 8, and 9 due up. So the bottom of the order is coming up. We believe this is Aiden Hall, but don't quote us on that quite yet. It is Aiden Hall, and Aiden Hall quite literally just made the last out of the inning at bats, but he will switch from his shortstop position to be the pitcher now for the foreseeable future. After Tim Dixon comes on and records 1 out, it's probably a matchup situation, the left-handed pitcher against the left-handed batter. So that's probably why Dixon only going 1 pitch there, but Aiden Hall will be making just his 3rd appearance this summer. He literally pitched 2 days ago and pitched 41 pitches, so he had his 1 required day of rest. But they're going to the guy who has been probably one of the bright spots for them in a total innings of 5 innings, a 2.80 ERA. He's only given up 2 runs, 4 hits, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts. So he will be the guy to hopefully get the Sodbusters down in order to keep the Bison lead.
Ethan Kang has moved from third base to short. There's a new third baseman. We'll try to figure out who that is. And Manny Duran is now into the game at third.
So the new pitcher, Aiden Hall, against Alexio Delgado, paints the outside corner for strike 1. Kang over at third, and Duran, last night's starting pitcher, out at third base. Time called. Alec Vincent, the catcher, wants to go out and have a word with his pitcher. After 1 pitch, what could they be talking about here? We can only speculate here. But it will be the mound visit there for Bison. Not exactly sure. Is there a mound visit limit here in Independence League Baseball? The umpires go to the scorecard to record the visits, but
and they always point at the press box, and we just hold our hands up like, "Whoa,
cool, thanks. Appreciate it."
We have no clue what that means. But
here's the 0-1 pitch to Hall, high and outside, and he's got some velo in the arm. Well, as a shortstop, you better have a good arm. And the two-way guy starting at shortstop and getting on the mound here. The Sodbusters so used to seeing the big guns on the pitching mound. It's kind of curious to see how they will respond here. Last night, seeing a lot of dudes that didn't throw very hard. Now a guy who is getting up in the middle 80s range, 84 to 86 in the early returns for Aiden Hall. Count is 2-2 after the pitch misses high. High and away for ball 3, 3-2. So Alexio Delgado trying to get on here to lead us off. Oh, Delgado 0 for 3 tonight. Has not reached base yet. High for ball 4. It's a leadoff walk on a full count pitch. Good battle by Lex to get on.
just get that leadoff man aboard, and now how do you play it here? You've got Jack Borgman coming up. Borgman with 2 hits already today, the number 9 hitter after that, or do you pinch hit for the new guy? We'll see how it all works out here as we're getting late in the 8th.
So leadoff guy on, the good guys need just one run to tie it. Jack Borgman shows bunts and fouls it off. With Jack Borgman with 2 hits tonight, surprised to see him square.
And he did not look comfortable squaring at all. Never really got around, never got the bat in a position to make a good bunt. And let's see if he can, if he's really doing it, get in a better position to get it done.
Not bunting this time and takes ball 1 downstairs. Jack Borgman just mentioned his 2 hits, 2 for 3. And Borgman, who recorded 3 multi-hit games to start the season, now has his 6 multi-hit games. Hall yanks it back to the screen. Delgado in at second. Takes a big turn, but will stop there. Now the tying run in scoring position. Nobody outs. Madness here at Ryder Park. Sodbusters never out of a ball game. They fought back, fell short last night, and they have almost fought all the way back tonight. Slow, but stopped. Excellent stop by Vincent. Delgado was ready to race for third, but he'll have to stay put. So it's a 3-1 count to Jack Borgman. Here it comes. It's right down the middle for strike 2. Now a full count pitch. Borgman taking about a week leave of absence for the teams. He was supposed to be done for the year, but wants to end out the season with the Sodbusters. Down the right field line, out of play. We'll do it again.
Realizes you're in a playoff chase. Yeah, this is fun. Let's go back.
Jack Borgman, a Norfolk High School graduate, played last summer ball with the Norfolk Motor Company seniors in Legion baseball. Strike 3 right down the middle, and Borgman tried to sell the call by heading to first, but it will not work. A perfect pitch by Aiden Hall for strikeouts number 1 and out number 1.
A large out there. Couldn't advance the runner to third. Got the wild pitch to get him to second. We were hoping for some sort of advancement there. Any old ground ball to the right side, and you get that tying run over to third with only 1 man out.
Now here's Tristan Beyer, and the newcomer. Time to pay your dues here. Get a big spot here and get the big hits. Make the guys remember your name. Tristan Beyer trying to follow up for his Northeast Community College teammate that just struck out. And that one just misses. Vincent, the catcher, wanted that. Tristan Beyer 0 for 2 tonight. Puts it in the air out of play for strike 2. Beyer has struck out, popped out, and sacrificed himself on a bunt in the 7th inning. But swinging away here in the 8th. Here it comes. Ground ball to the left side. It's through. Delgado hits the bag at third on his way home. The throw is way too high, and getting to second is Beyer. And now he's off to third base. The throw from Hall is in time, and Beyer is out. The Busters tie it up. Beyer out trying to advance the extra base. Sodbusters tie it up here in the 8th, but they erase the go-ahead run on the base pass with a mistake.
Really good job for Beyer to get the hit. Really good job advancing to second, but needs to stay there with the top of the order coming up and only 1 man out. Chance to get the potential winning run across. The go-ahead run anyway. Now it's going to take a little more work with the top of the order coming up and 2 outs.
So base is empty, 2 outs. Luke Ray digs in. He's ahead in the count, 2-0. And David Henry got to that ball in left field and air-mailed that throw over everything, and that one was close to sailing out of the stands, how high that was. But Hayden Hall, the pitcher, credit him for backing the play up and making the good throw to third to get Beyer after the RBI single. 4-pitch walk to Luke Ray. He's on board for the 2nd time tonight. And it will be up to Ryan Jarvis now to keep the line moving.
Luke Ray, 3 for 3 in stolen bases coming into today. Got a stolen base back in the 1st. You try to turn him loose to get into scoring position, or do you let a guy who's got a pretty decent chance at an extra base hit try to bring him home from first?
Luke Ray's 2 of those stolen bases coming on May the 30th. And the other one in Casper, so few and far between. Ryan Jarvis takes the strike at the knees for strike 1. We are tied up. The Sodbusters have scored the last 5 runs of the contest. They trailed 8-3, now a new ball game at 8-8. Jarvis the opposite way, softly hits, but it stays on the infield, and Manny Duran made it a little harder than it needed to be, but he makes the catch. And what could have been, the Sodbusters definitely could have, should have perhaps gotten that go-ahead run home, but we go to the 9th inning, tied up at 8, 3 outs for either team, and we will go to the 9th inning right after this on Sodbuster Baseball.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Hastings Sodbusters baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate woodbat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to HastingsSodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
So we will have at least one more full inning of baseball here at Ryder Park in Grand Island. It's about 35 minutes north of Duncan Field in Hastings, where the A7 Area Legion Baseball Tournament happening right now, where the Johnson Imperial Homes Juniors for Hastings are the hosts there. And taking on the Kearney Pinnacle Bank Juniors. That game just finishing up. Kearney winning 6-1. And Johnson Imperial Homes falls for the first time tonight. And for this 9th inning, the Sodbusters are going to turn it over to one of the newcomers. This is Creed Martin, who made his Sodbuster debut in the Fremont Series, coming in that kind of a train wreck of an early game when Conlon Grady started, didn't have a very good outing. Creed Martin came in and had an okay outing in his first appearance. Went 2 innings, 51 pitches, 2 hits, 1 run, 3 walks, and 2 strikeouts, a 4.50 ERA. Just one of the guys who struggled to find the strike zone a bit, but did enough to get through that inning. For the Bison Club, Dayton Francis bats. This is going to be a power-on-power matchup. Pitch too low into the dirt. Francis takes it. He has been on base 3 times tonight. His fly out to center field, his last at-bat. The only time he was denied the base paths. Creed Martin's second pitch. Down low for ball 2. Francis with a 2-run home run back in the 4th inning to go along with a single in the first. Want to be careful pitching to him. 2-0, too low for ball 3. Dayton Francis, Jackson Takahashi, and Josh Myers the scheduled hitters, but with Takahashi coming on in a pinch hit last at bat, we'll see who the Bison bring up next after Francis. Martin's 3-0 pitch, 4-pitch walk. So the first walk for Sodbuster pitchers since the 4th inning. It was seemingly that was going to be the end of that, and so he will bring up Manny Duran. He came on in the field to play third base last inning. He was last night's starting pitcher, and he has only seen 6 plate appearances this summer season. He is 1 for 6 with a single and an RBI. Francis, the runner at first, a very casual lead. The big fella not likely going anywhere in this tie ball game. seen the arm behind the plate of Tristan Byer, almost threw out a runner earlier today. And Manny Duran getting an opportunity to, and that was an opportunity and a half of a swing right there. Shaw Wing is right. Blew it right by him there, did Martin. Now a 1-1 count. Tie ball game in the 9th inning. Somehow the Sodbusters have a chance to win this. Painted fastball outside corner, 1-2. If Martin can stay at the knees or kind of right around there, the lower part of the zone, don't want to leave anything up to this Bison team who we have seen their power. 1-2 with the runner at first. Creed Martin. Too low, just barely. 2-2. Martin's consistently missing down there, and it's not by much. Gotta figure the Bison will have to expand the zone one of the times here. 2-2 pitch to Manny Duran. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Elevated fastball takes care of the Bison pinch hitter for the first out of the 9th inning.
Really nice bounce back for Creed Martin. You can think an 4-pitch walk, particularly after Creighton Jacobich just rolled through 2 innings. Jacobich had already burnt himself for tomorrow with 31 pitches thrown, but you know, maybe you want to save him for some high leverage situations, but this seemed about as high leverage as you're going to get. But Creed Martin, see if he can put a 0 on the board and give Hastings a chance in the bottom of the 9th.
Josh Meyer bats. He had a big 2-run double in the first inning. He's been quiet since. A couple of strikeouts and a ground out. First pitch to him, low, and gets away from Byer, who sees it skip away. Francis down to second. Close play, and now he's going to go to third as the ball gets into center field. Francis did not slide, and the throw from Byer not handled by the middle infield. Luke Ray could not grab it. And it is an error on the Sodbusters to put the go-ahead run at third base.
Really painful. I was just kind of half joking, thinking, man, do you want to be at second base when Dayton Francis comes running at you? And he, like you said, he didn't slide. I don't want to be catching that ball with that 200-pound, 80-pound monstrosity coming at you. And the Sodbusters, huge error. Now they have to play the infield in with a go-ahead run at third and only 1 out.
Sodbusters hoping for something soft on the ground. They have gotten Myers on the ground once. They've also struck him out twice. It's a 1-1 pitch from Martin. Look out, Bison dugouts. That one a bit away from taking out some life in the first base dugouts. Here at Ryder Park, it's just an open dugout, no protection. You just walk in and walk out, no steps up, steps down, or any railing below it.
Good luck.
Especially with that ball off the bat. 1-2 pitch from Martin to Josh Meyer. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Martin went with the breaking ball and a big second out. 2 punch outs for the Sodbuster right-hander.
And just his second appearance, Creed Martin, that is a monster at bat there to get the strikeout.
And now a pinch hitter coming off the bench for David Henry. This is Nick Golden, who takes the place of David Henry, who ends his day 1 for 4. Nick Golden started in last night's game and had a hit and walked twice. Pitch from Martin, big swing and a miss, and Bison are taking really big swings with the tying run at third base with 2 outs here. Feeling like they need to put one in the gap perhaps to get this game in their favor. Nick Golden, .333 average. He's down on the count, 0-2. Disgusting stuff from Creed Martin. Nick Golden, 13 hits on the summer, 6 RBIs, 2 walks, 10 strikeouts. It's now an 0-2 pitch from Martin, trying to slam the door here in the 9th. Pitch. Bayou! Strike 3. Creed Martin strikes out the side, 3 straight in a row after the leadoff walk, and the Busters with a prime opportunity to walk it off in the 9th inning. We'll be right back with the Sodbuster last half of their at-bat.
Core CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, an 8-8 ball game. We are now 3 hours of game time and hoping this will be it. The Sodbusters down 8-3. Come back to tie it 8-8, down 4-0 after the first inning, 6-1 after 2 innings. And what a triumphant comeback from the guys so far to get it tied up. 1 in the 6th, 3 in the 7th, 1 in the 8th. To tie it up, and the Sodbusters will have Josh Printer to lead things off against Aiden Hall and the Bison in the 9th inning.
Only 3 hours long. We were at a pace to go 4.5 after 3 innings, so I was thinking it's going to be midnight before we get this baby over with. And Sodbusters getting it settled down with 5 straight zeros out of the bullpen and a chance to win this baby as the offense comes through with 5 runs in the last 3 at-bats. Now you just need 1.
It is Josh Printer, Cale Jensen, Dino Morales set to tee off against the pitcher, Aiden Hall. Hall came on last inning and promptly delivers strike 1. Hall allowed a run. Hall came with a leadoff walk. Printer takes high for ball 1, 1-1. Josh tonight's still hitless. According to the official scoring, he's reached on an error, popped out, struck out, and walked. Hall lobs it in there, and Printer fouls it out of play, 1-2. Sodbusters scoring 8 runs last night and falling. If they score 9 runs tonight, at least in this inning, it will push them across. Maybe that's the magic number. 1-2 high chopper over to the shortstop, who makes the scoop, but Printer beats it out. Josh Printer with an infield single, and you can't put the ball any more perfect on the infield as Ethan Kang, try as he may, had no shot.
Yeah, Kang, great play. Really all he could do. He had to get it on the short hop and did what he could, but Josh Printer aboard, and now do you turn him loose? Decent speed out there. Alec Vincent behind home plate. We'll see how the Sodbusters play it with Jensen, Morales, and Runkin trying to get it done.
Nick Golden also stays in the game as the left fielder for the Bison. Pickoff throw, Printer back in safely. Cale Jensen hit one out of here at Ryder Field last year. How about another, Cale? First pitch too high for ball 1. Cale Jensen, that came against the Badlands Big Sticks last year in the Sodbusters win. Now Josh Printer represents the game-winning run. Jensen takes a high strike for strike 1, 2 balls and 1 strike. Aiden Hall about to throw his 30th pitch in his outing. Set a pickoff throw to first, close, but Printer barely back in safely. First base coach Drew Vega helping to influence, make sure that he gets the call of safe. 1-1, Jensen into center field, and it is caught by the center fielder Josh Meyer on the run. Kept slicing away from him, but Meyer with a good play for out number 1.
Came off the bat, I thought it was going to get down, but too much legs there, and a good job for Meyer to run it down. That's a big first out as the Sodbusters couldn't get the winning run into scoring position, and now Dino Morales, who had a big night last night. What about today?
Well, Dino was intentionally walked last time with a runner at first base to set up the game-tying run. That ball gets away, and that looks like it hit Josh Printer. It did. And on the pickoff throw there, and that's got to smart a little bit. Thought it might have gotten away for a second, but no such luck. Dino Morales with a 2-run double in the 3rd inning. That one just misses off the outside corner. 1 ball and no strikes. Dino reached base twice for the aforementioned double and the walk. Taking a big swing there and fouling it back to the screen, 1-1. Dino with the home run yesterday to left field. You'd love one here, but honestly just keep the line moving. Foul ball off of the mask of the catcher, Alec Vincent. Home plate umpire will give Vincent a second here, and Dino down to his last strike. Waiting on deck is Bryce Ronkin. Here with Josh Printer at first. Another pickoff throw, and Printer again just back in safely and got away, but not far enough. Printer thought it got a little farther away, but he's back in safely. No outs on the base pass. That's all we ask here. 1-2 pitch from Aiden Hall. Another pickoff throw, and Printer is out. Picked off as the go-ahead run. And there's 2 outs in the inning. Bases empty.
That's 2 innings in a row where you had the go-ahead run, an opportunity on. Had a guy that was trying to advance from second to third, and here you're man at first, nobody out, and now there's nobody on and 2 outs.
Strike 3, and the Sodbusters end up facing the minimum to the plates, and the wind is let out of the sails of the Sodbusters. 1 hit, no runs, nobody left. Free baseball coming up from Ryder Park as we go to the 10th inning.
Sodbuster Baseball is sponsored by Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC. It's one of the many ways Jerry and Greg Spady, along with their families and employees, have proudly embraced a passion for giving back to the community. The folks at Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC realize the importance of enriching and improving the lives of their neighbors. They've accomplished this through philanthropy and active personal involvement. Featuring the top new and used inventory in the region and a certified service department, Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC, 2750 Osborne Drive East in Hastings, or at spady.com. Make your next pit stop at the Coach's Corner, a friendly staff and a deep lineup of snacks. You can find Coach's Corner in North Hastings on Osborne Drive East. More than just a gas station, Coach's Corner is the place to get delicious pizza made fresh for you and your family. Don't take our word for it. It's so good it'll be featured at selected Sodbuster home games this season. For a convenient and clean experience, be sure to check out the new convenience store in North Hastings, Coach's Corner.
Certainly disappointing for the Hastings Sodbusters, trying to walk it off with their leadoff single, and they were not able to do that. And pardon it's a leadoff single by Josh Printer, who was picked off with 1 out. Dino Morales strikes out, and Sodbusters have some air let out of their balloon, but they will turn back to Creed Martin for the 2nd inning of work. And extra innings rules, Sodbusters no stranger to this in the late going, and Steve Stein will go for this 10th inning for us.
Well, Creed Martin, heck of a job after he walked the leadoff man on 4 pitches, saw an error committed behind him to see that guy get to third with only 1 out, but strike out the side for Creed Martin as we see Nick Golden. He's the free runner at second base. Alec Vincent will be the batter here in a game which is knotted up at 8 and already squaring to bunt. The pick play back to second, the design pick play. Josh Printer takes the throw, but Golden not going anywhere at this point. It's Creed Martin, high leverage, high pressure situation. Give him a lot of credit after it looked like he did not have it early. 4-pitch walk to Francis, but then strikeout, strikeout, strikeout with some nasty stuff. Martin to look back to second, brings home the pitch, and a little bit low for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes on Vincent. Sodbusters had the rotation play on, the little wheel play, as Borgman was ready to charge at first. You had the second baseman, Luke Ray, from second over to cover at first. We'll see if they keep that particular play on. Squaring to bunt once again is Vincent. Can't get it down as he fouls it back to the screen. Vincent starting catcher. Strikeout, walk, ground out, strikeout. It's Vincent trying to at least advance the runner. Different philosophies in this. Seen Hastings kind of change its attitude a little bit about it and just go ahead and swing away in this particular situation. As a look back to second, Martin brings it home. Pitch taken high. It's off the glove of the catcher. And on to third base will go Nick Gold.
Well, now you don't have to bunt.
Vincent trying to bring home that runner from third base. It has been a little bit of a struggle behind the plate at times for Tristan Byer. Count goes. 2 balls and a strike. Sodbusters will now play the infield in. Pitch fouled away. 2-2. Strikeout would look all right here. That runner at third and nobody out. Extra innings have not been kind to the Hastings Sodbusters. Gave up a 5-run inning against Casper, but then we saw the Sodbusters win an extra inning contest here recently as well. 2-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. How about 4 strikeouts, 4 straight for the Hastings Sodbuster right-hander, Creed Martin. And that is now an eye-popping 17 strikeouts for Sodbuster pitchers to go along with 9 walks and a hit batsman. There have been a lot of balls not put in play today in this one. Squaring to bunt again. Next man up, that is the number 9 hitter, Joel Beaver. Not a suicide. They weren't bringing the run from third, but trying to get a safety squeeze in and get that run home from third to take the lead. Got your number 9 hitter, Joel Beaver, at the plate, who is hitting .222, just 4 hits coming into today. Third baseman and first baseman will come in, squaring to bunt, and it's going to go back to the screen on a wild pitch down low, and the go-ahead run will score here for the Bison. So, no hits in the inning. The Bison take a 9-8 lead, and that's disappointing. This Hastings Sodbuster squad. Creed Martin certainly deserved better at this point. Now we'll see if he can find a way to get out of this with no more damage done and leave it to the offense, who will have to have at least 1 in the bottom of the 10th to tie it. This was going to be a bullpen game, and it's probably a little more of a bullpen game than they had hoped, as the 5th Sodbuster pitcher is out there and pitches outside and off the glove of catcher Tristan Byer once again, but no damage here. 2-1 the count on Joel Beaver. Beaver 0 for 3 on the day as he stands in the right-handed box. Guy who came on to get the save yesterday as the Bison rallied for a 10-8 victory. And called strike 3 on Joel Beaver. So 2 outs in the inning. There's 5 strikeouts for Creed Martin. And back to the top of the order for Isaiah Brandt. Hastings Sodbusters down 9-8, so they trail again. They've never led in the game. Gave up 4 in the first, 2 in the second, down 6-1. They were down 8-3 before rallying with 1 in the 5th, 3 in the 6th. I should say 1 in the 6th, 3 in the 7th, and 1 in the 8th to get it tied. Had a chance to win it in the 9th, couldn't get it done, and trying to win it in extras here as the pitch is taken upstairs to Isaiah Brandt. And Brandt on the day, 1 for 4, a run scored. He's walked and struck out as part of his day. Creed Martin trying to get out of this with no more damage done, just the free runner scored. Martin's been a little bit everywhere as that one spiked into the earth, and another one that goes back to the screen. 4-pitch walk to begin his outing, then struck out the next 3, technically striking out the next 5 because he ended up having the free runner behind him, so 5 straight strikeouts since then for Creed Martin, going back to the last inning and the delivery. Big swing at a 2-0 pitch that was up around the eyes, and 2-1 as Isaiah Brandt gets his money's worth there. The Bob Jones University Bruin steps in the right-handed box, trying to find a way to get on there. Didn't play yesterday. Pretty good number of the guys for the Bison at 7 in the order that played yesterday, and then they've had some guys who were in the lineup yesterday come in a different role, as this pitch is a little bit low as their starting pitchers come into play third base. Say they only got 18 players on their roster. You can have, I think, up to 30. But this travel-only team just getting it done with minimal players, if you will, and they do a lot of roles on this Bison team. Pitch taken upstairs and a 2-out walk here in the 10th. And that will bring Ethan Kang to the plate. It's a sigh of frustration for Ryan Bell. I'm with you, man. I've had a couple of yawns too during the course of this one. I'm an old guy. I got to get up in a few hours, you know.
Well, I think we both do, but that is now double-digit walks for the Sodbuster pitching staff and 18 strikeouts. What a line!
Woo! Don't forget the hit batsman. Yep. So it's been a long old day at the ballpark as Ethan Kang will step in. Kang moving from the third base spot, now playing shortstop. Kang 0 for 3 on the day with a couple of runs scored and takes ball 1 ball and no strikes. Can't tell if there is Sodbuster action in the pen or not, or if this is going to be Creed Martin's game for this inning and beyond if the Sodbusters score 1 in the bottom of the 10th, assuming they can get out with no more damage done. Throw over the first. Sodbusters' last 2 innings particularly disappointing in the terms of losing guys on the bases. Had a guy picked off, bottom of the 9th, had a potential go-ahead run erased when someone tried to advance from second to third and really had no chance to get there. Pitch taken for a strike. And 1-1 on Ethan Kang. Kang out of L.A. Harbor College, California. Stands in the right-handed box here for Bison baseball as they get a chance to play here and then 3 more at Fremont, and Hastings will turn into huge Bison baseball fans the next 3 days as they will make a trip and play 3 up in Pierre against Oahe. Pitch across for strike, and a strike away from striking out the side again for Creed Martin. It's tough to play defense when nobody's putting the ball in play, so hopefully the Sodbusters stay on their toes. It's been a fairly solid defensive game for Hastings today, despite the fact there's been a lot of walks and a lot of kind of standing around. Pitch swung on and missed. It gets by the catcher, and everybody's going to be safe. For the second straight day, that happens when you had a chance to end an inning. Yesterday, particularly painful. Remember, that was part of that 6-run 8th inning, and now Creed Martin's going to be forced to throw some extra pitches, and now first and second, runner in scoring position, and a huge insurance run out there. So K on there, but it gets by the catcher, and there's still 2 men out. Here's Aiden Hall. Drop third strike, allowing the runner to reach first and second, and 2 outs now. And Creed Martin brings it home. Big swing, no contact. And ladies and gentlemen, I would really prefer to get out of this right now because big fella Dayton Francis is on deck.
No.
Do you really want to see him? You talk about power on power. Oh, boy. Don't want to see him till the 11th, and I quite frankly don't want to see the 11th. So the Sodbusters can find a way to get 2 in the bottom of the frame and wrap this baby up as Aiden Hall at the plate now. Hall 1 for 4 with a run scored. Lined out way back in the first inning, some 3.5 hours ago, then struck out, a walk and a run scored. Single back in the 6th. We're now in the 10th. Sodbusters are down 9-8. Creed Martin brings it home, and this one skied in the air to right field. Hit pretty well, going back, making the catch. That's Cale Jensen. And Bison get their free runner home, and no more. Sodbusters will need 1 to tie to win it. It is 9-8 Bison. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here. I feel better already.
The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
Dog Roll Patrol provides reliable and professional pet waste management services in the Hastings area. Hire Dog Roll Patrol today and spend more time enjoying your furry friends and less time cleaning up after them. Depending on your location and number of pets, Dog Roll Patrol will work with you to come up with a schedule that best fits your situation. Dog Roll Patrol takes great pride in their work. Family owned and operated out of Hastings. Get a free quote and details on the services at dogrollpatrol.com. Head to the bottom of the 10th inning. How about a walk-off for the Sodbusters? Need two to do that, but first things first, got to get that tying run home. That'll be Dina Morales out at second. Bryce Rocket, Alexiel Delgado, and Jack Borg. I mean, if I tell you, you got Ronkin, Delgado, and Borgman coming up, I like my chances in this particular spot, even though there's 6, 7, and 8 in the batting order. That's a pretty good 6, 7, and 8 lineup coming up for this Hastings Sodbuster team.
And this is a team that, will use the small ball against you, and I feel like that's exactly what the Bison are expecting here against Ronkin, is they've got the corners coming in here.
Ronkin had a sacrifice fly back in the 6th, 0 for 3 for the left-handed hitter, trying to find a way, if nothing else, but to advance that runner. See if he's swinging away. As you mentioned, the corner infielders in, and Ronkin not squaring to bunt, takes it high and outside. 1 ball and no strikes, as out there once again, Aiden Hall, as Bison trying to win for the second straight day against the Hastings Sodbusters. Really put a big damper on any kind of playoff hopes. 2-0 now on Ronkin. High strike? No, 2-0.
I thought it looked good to me.
Okay. As 2-0 the count now on Ronkin. Hall brings the pitch and way high, 3-0.
Take sign. You'd think, at least.
Yeah.
Ronkin swing here, 3-0. That, I guess, we'll debate here.
No. Especially down 1, get a chance to get the go-ahead run on with nobody out and taken high for ball 4. So Ronkin aboard, first and second, nobody out. Now Alexiel Delgado comes to the plate. Now are you bunting? Then you get to second and third, you get the tying run to third, the potential winning run home, but you've got a guy who's really good RBI producer. So he's got 2 home runs on the year. He's got 7 doubles. I would not want to be the head coach, Danny Weiser, trying to make these kind of calls. He is squaring, and he pops it up. And this is going to be out of the reach of the catcher, Alec Vincent, and Sodbuster fans breathe a sigh of relief.
I feel like the Sodbusters are almost trying to drag it, or they're not. Everybody knows you're going to bunt. Square right away, get it set up, and just get the bunt down.
Get that bat head up.
I know Alexiel has a lot of speed and wants to get on base too, just to do the job here.
Make the third baseman make the play.
Exactly.
But it's so easy up here. I never miss one up here. Pitch taken upstairs, really good take. Don't want to be trying to bunt it one up in your eyes. 1 ball and 1 strike, and make him throw a strike. Make Aiden Hall bring it in. Sodbusters would take another walk right here. 1-1 the count. The pitch, Delgado, good take there. 2-1 outside. And now Hall really needs to bring one home. Aiden Hall came in as the 4th pitcher. Lewis Manning, the honorable mention for him today, gives his team a chance to win, but not going to get the decision. And squaring to bunt, and Delgado can't get it down. 2-2 now, and probably swinging away with first and second. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 10th. The wheels, they are a turn. The Sodbusters have first and second and nobody out. Hastings finding a way to battle back from an 8-3 deficit. A look there from Hall, and nothing happening back at second base for the Hastings Sodbusters. Hastings with 8 runs on 7 hits in the game. Pitch taken high and tight. That hit him. Got a piece of his shoulder, and the bases are loaded now. The winning run is at third. I should say the tying run is at third, the winning run at second. And Alexiel Delgado hit by the pitch, and here is Jack Borgman. 2-hit game so far. Told him to have the attitude he had when he first started the year. Took the week off, and he was Mr. RBI guy at the beginning of the season. Let's see if he can find a way to come through here and walk it off of the Sodbusters.
Jack Borgman's kind of been a soft contact guy recently, but would love to see him, I would love to see him almost swing as hard as he can here. If it nonetheless, just get a ball into the outfield. If it's caught, so what? You've got good speed with Dino at third to get the game-tying run.
And make sure Hall can bring it strike first. And he does. The ball's into strike on Jack Borgman.
Dino coming sprinting down the line there at third to try and induce a balk from the pitcher, Hall.
Here's the pitch. Borgman lofts this one high in the air. Right field. That will be deep enough to tie it. Right fielder's got it. Here comes the tying run home. Throw will come to third. That's not going to be in time. Jack Borgman does the job. Dino Morales scores the tying run. Bryce Ronkin advances. So Jack Borgman, sack 9, getting it done there as Isaiah Brandt makes the play. And the Sodbusters, it looks like they are going to go to the bench here. Tyler Welch, our pre-game interview today, Hastings College guy, and he has been hot. Can he find a way to win it right here? Welch, 284 on the year, 6 doubles, 19 runs batted in, 12 runs scored, and a huge spot for him. Bounces this one back up the middle. Second baseman mishandles. Throw to second for 1. That's all they'll get, and the Hastings Sodbusters win it. First pitch swinging. Fielder's choice grounder. And the Sodbusters walk it off with Tyler Welch, the RBI fielder's choice grounder, and Hastings battles back from 5 runs down. The playoff hopes are still alive. 10-9 Sodbusters. We'll talk about it right after this. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Hastings Sodbusters baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate woodbat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to HastingsSodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now.
At Hastings College, we celebrate all the ways you shine. From more than 20 athletic teams to band, choir, theater, and art, plus esports, creative writing, speech, and media. Join in to earn a scholarship and find your people, the friends you'll hang out and have fun with. It's what makes Hastings great. So check out Hastings College, where your experience matters, in the classroom and in the activities you love to do. Visit us at hastings.edu.
Welcome back to Sodbuster Baseball on the heels of a walk-off victory. Sodbusters getting it done in extra innings with 2 runs coming across. Dino Morales scores the free run, and Tyler Welch, cold on the bench all night long, swinging at the first pitch. And with the Bison team trying to turn the double play to deny the run, they could not, did not get a clean handle on it. And the good guys win it 10-9 in one of the uglier games you will see here this summer, but no pictures on the scorecard. A 10-9 win is what it will go down as. Sodbusters win it and split the series with the Bison Baseball Club to improve to 26-19 on the summer and move just 1 game behind Fremont for 3rd place and 2 games behind Spearfish for 2nd place. Steve Stein, can't imagine, didn't imagine we were going to be talking about this 8-3 ball game, 4-0 ball game. Yikes, but the Sodbusters finally somehow came to win it. Really big, courageous effort by the bullpen to kind of limit the walks in the middle of the innings when it looked like Coughlin and Hanna were just going to let this game slip away. Cade Cartwright, Creighton Jacobitz, the bright spots tonight, and Creed Martin, even though he did allow that free runner to come home, held suit to get the win, but the pitching staff, one of the bright spots of tonight's game, I would think.
Well, you mentioned 8-3, and with not a lot of zeros being put on the board, and it began with Cartwright, which, interestingly enough, his outing started with a walk and a 2-run home run, and you're thinking, oh my gosh, how long is he going to last? But Cartwright then settles down. Those were the only 2 runs he allowed. He allowed only 1 more hit the rest of the way. Works 3 innings to kind of settle the game down. Even though the offense was never really great, they were able to get the run in that 6th inning, then 3 in the 7th when it just totally fell apart for the Bison with the walks, and you really feel bad for their starting pitcher, Lewis Manning, who worked 6 2/3 innings and coulda been the winning pitcher, but that all fell apart there. The Sodbusters got it tied, had a chance to win it in the 9th, but they have to settle for the win in the 10th. But you'll take any win anyway at this point in the year as they keep their playoff hopes alive with a split against the squad, the Bison baseball team today.
And you mentioned it. I mean, if I was in the stands, I'd be standing up applauding Lewis Manning. Heck of an effort. 6 2/3 innings pitched, 5 hits, 6 runs, only 1 walk and 3 strikeouts. He limited the walks for the early part. It almost seemed like the Sodbusters infected the Bison with the walk bug late as their bullpen walked 6 guys after Manning came out, and then the Sodbusters, after their first 2 guys came out that walked 7, they only walked 3 after that. So kind of a reversal of bad fortune, if you will. The Sodbusters putting that on the Bison, who they win it here tonight 10-9, and in improbable fashion, too. We told you a must-win game in the game where the Sodbusters needed to win to keep their playoff hopes alive. Max Coughlin makes the start, going an inning and a third, allowing 3 hits, 5 runs, 3 walks, and 2 strikeouts. Michael Hanna came on after him, pitched an inning and 2/3, didn't allow a hit, but allowed 1 run, walked 4, and struck out 3. That was kind of the series where you're like, all right, are we ever going to get this game rolling along? Those first few innings, after the 8-3 game after 4 innings, the Bison team held scoreless from the 5th to the 9th inning before they got their free run across in the 10th inning. Cade Cartwright, like we mentioned, coming on and settling the contest down. 3 innings pitched, 2 hits, 2 runs, a walk, and 4 strikeouts. And that followed along Creighton Jacobitz, 2 beautiful innings, allowing just 1 hit, striking out 4. Would have loved to see him come back out for the 9th, but Creed Martin got things done. A scoreless 9th inning, led off with a walk. He pitches 2 innings and strikes out every out that he records. A heck of an effort by Martin, and especially to just allow the 1 run for the Bison when it definitely could have been more. And then the Sodbusters get it going in the 10th inning to walk it off. A leadoff walk followed by a hit by pitch to load the bases with nobody out. Sacrifice fly from Jack Borgman gets it tied, and then Tyler Welch, the pinch hit, fielder's choice walk-off appearance as he records the RBI to win it 10-9. And for a team that looked like they were going to lose this one to the Bison to give them just their 3rd win of the summer, somehow they come back, and hopefully this gives them a little momentum. You didn't see the guys sprint out on the field to celebrate the walk-off win. Not a ton to celebrate with kind of the ugliness of the game, but a win is a win, and for a 3-game series in Oahe, hopefully gives them some momentum to get 3 wins in Oahe and keep their season going.
And for this fan base, you kind of like to see it when the Central Nebraska guys do well. And Jacobitz has been so reliable, 2 solid innings, and Creed Martin just joining the team, Kearney guy, to wrap it up with the 2 innings and face some high-pressure situations there to get it done. So good job for Creed. Tremendous job to put a 0 on the board in the 9th when it looked like it was going to be really bleak. Runner at 3rd, then less than 2 outs, got the 2 strikeouts there. And then he ends up picking up the victory. As far as the hit numbers for this game, Jack Borgman, a multi-hit game as he ends up with 2 on the day, several with 1. Ryan Jarvis, Josh Printer, Cale Jensen, Dino Morales, and also Tristan Byer, all with hits in the game. 2 runs scored for Jarvis, 2 runs scored for Jensen. Printers scored a run to go along with Morales and Ronkin. Ronkin gets the game-winning run. Delgado had a run scored. Borgman with a run scored. So got a lot of different guys who were able to contribute. And as far as the RBIs produced today, Jensen had 1, Morales with 2, Ronkin with 1, Borgman with 2, Byer with 1, and Welch. He's been money here as of late. Had 2 multi-hit games out in Casper, a multi-hit game against Fremont, and has done a nice job when he's been given the opportunity. And his batting average up near 300, and kind of one of the leaders on this squad in terms of just the stability he adds. A Hastings College guy, and just seems like when he's called upon, whatever I need to do, even has pitched a little bit this year, and a veteran leader right there getting it done.
He's been really good, especially on the field. Let's get him back on the mound again. Let's get him another appearance on the mound as well. But for the Bison team, 6 hits in the contest. 3 of those coming in the first inning, that 4-run first inning, where it was 2 singles and a double that looked like, oh boy, this is going to get out of hand here. And the home run in the 4th inning, that was making it a 8-3 game, and you thought, oh my goodness, here we go again. But then after that, Sodbuster bullpen, they retire 7 straight. They get a single from Aiden Hall, and then they go back to their consecutive streak. They retire 6 more straight, and then Creed Martin comes out and shuts the door to put the seal on this one. And the middle innings, like we told you, the Sodbuster bullpen keeping this one in check as they win it 10-9. They had 13 total games behind Casper for an overall record, but that will not matter. Hopefully, Casper will lock up that first half series, because once again, the second half Independence League title will be decided upon by an overall record if the Casper Spuds will win the second half title, which looks like a very likely possibility. Now with the win, like we told you, Sodbusters 26-19, the Bison falling to 2-14. The Sodbusters 1 game behind Fremont for 3rd, or technically 2nd place for the second half title, if you will, if Casper's to win it, and Spearfish 1 game ahead of that. So Spearfish, they've got Casper for 4 games starting tomorrow, and then a Fremont to end the season, so they will have a big task in front of them. Fremont, they've got the Bison for 3 games, and they've got Fremont for 3 games, Monday through Wednesday, Oahe for 1 game, and then Spearfish at the end of the season. So Sodbusters, they've got the most favorable schedule to end out the season, but we'll see who will come out on top here.
Danny Weiser is actually putting the tarp on the field right now. So should we settle for the owner and general manager Scott Galusha in the postgame?
Scott was all over the field, so he got a good eye at everything. Scott, what do you got for us?
Well, you know what? I'm glad that the Busters came out on the right side. But other than that, we figured out.
I think Scott's got something else to do, because right now we have a little fight going on. So that's I think the tempers are a-flaring a little bit.
So we're going to wrap it up and send you on your way. 10-9 the final. The Bison lose it in the extra innings, and this is Sodbuster.